You're about to watch another episode of The Dungeon Run, but did you know that you can actually be part of the adventure? When you tune in live on Wednesday nights at 6 p.m. Pacific time, you can make your voice heard and help determine the fate of our adventurers. We hope to see you there.
Hello, and welcome to The Dungeon Run, a live tabletop role-playing game where your interactions help tell the tale. And a special hello to everyone watching live for the first time. Hello. I am Lord Erebal, Keeper of Secrets and your host for tonight's campaign. Together, we stand witness as our intrepid adventurers face terrible danger and most certain doom in their quest for glory, valor, and most importantly, treasure. Throughout our time together, you will be called upon to help guide decisions made within the game. In addition to our live chat interactions, those that are brave enough can purchase one of 7 unique digital items. If you love the show, you can show love. Ah, look at that. The balloons are blue now, you see? When you buy Show Love, Jeff will see it and may read your name out during the game, showing you some love. And of course, you can show love to any member of the team. Civ just shivved a thing, show love. Enjoy Lily's new song, show love. You get the idea. It's those simple gestures that are so thoughtful and mean the most. Also, you could bestow upon the adventuring party the gift of advantage, the ability to roll a pair of 20-sided dice at once and take the lowest roll. I'm sorry, the highest roll. I was playing with you. On the opposing side, and if you feel the players are having it too easy, you can set the trap of disadvantage. If a player has advantage, this disadvantage will counter it, and if the player does not have an advantage, they will roll a pair of 20-sided dice and take the lowest. In this case, bad. After all, life is pain. Grim-fated, why on earth have you already given a force of evil card? The show has not even started yet. I'm going to be sick to my stomach. All right. I'll settle myself here. Okay. Continuing on. Thank you, Grim-fated, for your interlude. Now, you can also be the wind at our adventurers' backs and allow them to draw from the force of good deck. Or, if you are like Grim-fated and you want to give an even greater challenge to the team, you can purchase a force of evil card. Again, not ideal. Now, when you buy one of these digital items, please specify which player at the table it is for, or I will make the choice for you, and I assure you, you will not like that. But that is not all. Please remember, it's on you. You can purchase an IOU, and each time you do, it will light a force of good candle. And when the goal of 20 candles is reached, a force of good card will be awarded to a random member of the team. If at the end of tonight's adventure there are candles still lit, they will carry over to the next show. Oh, yes, and of course, please, as always, disregard Milo's God gracious! I couldn't even get the words out of my mouth Chaos will get 893. What kind of a name is that as well? You just killed him. You literally just killed my minion at the beginning of the show before we had a chance to do anything. He's dead on the ground. Someone spritz him. It will waken him back up, I assure you. All right, listen, just don't touch it anymore. Good one. But please, leave it be. It's not good for us. It's not good for anyone. Leave it alone. Nothing more to be said. Finally, you have the power to submit your ideas for a Force of Good or Force of Evil card, and we might use it on the show. You can submit DM cards for Jeff as well. So head over to thedungeonrun.fandom.com to submit, and you can upload your fan art there as well. You know I love fan art. And to those who have already submitted, I see you and I thank you. And now, let's take a look at my favorite part of the show, the shirts, Dungeon Run shirts, yes. Oh, look, baby Ereban, adorable upper left, I love it. Upper right, the Vardo, all aboard, let's ride. And rev up your motorcycle engines, the Flock Gang is here. This is our first double-sided shirt, if you will. I like it. And of course, the classics. The Dungeon Run logo, upper left. Meep lives, center, middle, upper, yes. And my personal favorite, of course, although I do have a place in my heart for Baby Ereban, Lord Ereban's Dungeon Run, upper right. Bottom left, let the dice roll. And finally, on the lower right, but not last but not least, I don't know, respect to the candles and the Candle Queen. Oh, and hey, come on. Stop mean mugging and start Baby Ereban mugging. Huh? All right, Pytyrus, that's it. You and I are going to war. I was about to talk about how beautiful the little Baby Ereban mug was, and then you came in and dropped the damn Milo's ball. Stop it! Please! Oh, goodness gracious. All right, head to thedungeonrun.fandom.com to purchase your Dungeon Run merch, and please stop touching Milo's ball. Now, let's meet our brave souls, the cast of characters, if you will. Please welcome Katie Michaels as Lily Dumblestock.
Hey, yeah!
I love it, so dancy and fun. Next, Ronald Ogden as Ugo. Hey, yeah! What? Did you just curtsy? I guess it suits you. Morgan Peter Brown as James Quillos.
I can't tap dance, but hey.
No, that's a beautiful soft shoe. I loved it. Jessica Lynn Parsons as Fahima Taig. Another dance.
Hey!
And a little twerking at the end. I loved it. Jared Kajak as Civ Red this hill.
I am not going to twerk. Sorry.
But you can if you'd like, Civ.
I am trying to decide, should we help the dwarves or steal their mithril? What do you think?
Steal the mithril. Steal it!
Okay.
I don't know. And Dungeon Master, the man, the myth himself, Mr. Jeff Kanata!
Ereban! I need to separate you from Jared.
I know,
very
it's
clear.
getting very, very awkward. But listen, Jeff, no one will take your place with me.
Thank you.
As their journey continues, I, Lord Ereban, will be joining you in your social conversations around the game. So keep an eye out for my avatar and comments. Oh, and before we begin, I have a favor to ask of you. It would give me great pleasure and cold candor. Hold on, before I continue. What, did you think I would let that go? You dropping a Force of Evil card, saying the message, can I give this to Ereban? Absolutely not! Ever! I don't take those! They can't give them to me! Right. I have a favor to ask of you, everyone. Please listen. It would give me great pleasure, before my heart explodes in my chest, it would give me great pleasure if you would share the show. Just click below and let all of your admirers know that you are watching The Dungeon Run. Now, keep the comments coming, be ever vigilant, and let the dice roll!
All right, everybody. Oh, I'm so excited.
Starting to get worried about Arabam.
Me too. Welcome, everybody. Welcome, players. Welcome, watchers. Welcome, new people. Hey, I want to welcome Milo's minions.
Hey!
Game Preserve.
Wow.
We have a huge group sitting around watching the show. Welcome,
Amazing.
welcome. Thank you for checking out
Welcome,
the show with us. I want to catch everybody up. Shall we do that?
Do it.
Yeah.
All right. It started as a simple dungeon run, and that was not so long ago. But now, as Civ, Fahima, James, Uggo, and Lily ride directly into a war zone, it's hard to imagine those simpler days before meeting one another, before finding the Secret Keeper's amulet, before an epic quest was thrust upon them, before their lives involved you, the watchers of the time stream, you who send chaos to them from beyond the barrier between realities through that powerful amulet, influencing their fates, helping to shape their stories. For centuries, their world has been protected by enormous sentinels watching over the realms, wardens who oversaw a lasting peace in Ain. But peace is unraveling, and the wardens are missing. Our team has so far tracked down 2 of these mighty elemental titans and freed them from diabolical prisons above and below the surface of the world. At least one of these prisons seems to be connected to a powerful spellcaster by the name of Calcutta Theed, the Ashen Mage. Searching her tower in the city of Winkburg, the team found clues pointing them to Sky Scorcher Peak, a volcano in the Nelrim Mountains, where they believe another warden will be found. But the only way into Sky Scorcher Peak is through the Dwarven stronghold of Dalto Thum, a city built into the mountains, a city that also happens to be engaged in an ongoing conflict with the orcs of Ukdun over claims to the mountain's resources. As an orc of Thorn, Uggo is all too aware of the decades-long enmity between orcs and dwarves, and now it seems those skirmishes threaten to explode into all-out war. So into a war zone they go, traveling north along the old trade route from Winkburg to Dalto Thum, pulled in their custom Vardo by 15-foot-tall Achirai birds. Along that road, as the path bent toward the glittering Golden River, they heard shouts of distress echoing up from the rushing current. Investigating, they found 2 dwarves caught in the raging rapids, under attack from enormous horseflies. Using the amulet's magic and their own cunning, the team swatted the flies and convinced the dwarves, terrified by the mere sight of Uggo the orc, to trust them long enough to accept help out of the water. It turns out the wet, sputtering, half-drowned pair were on the run from Dalto Thum. Describing themselves as conscientious objectors, the young dwarves had decided to flee rather than be conscripted into the army. Homrian, whose grandfather Perlo was one of the idle elders of Dalto Thum, a group of ancient dwarves who actually lived during the fabled Ariat Age, and Donk, an orphan whose entire family was killed by orcs. They'd abandoned their unit and spent several nights covered in dirt and dung, hiding from frightening beasts they described as even larger than wargs. They recounted a series of deadly battles in the mountain pass that bridged the Dwarven and Orcish lands, battles that seemed to be escalating, with Orcish armies advancing ever closer to the stronghold itself, armies that flew banners of both Ukdun and Thorn, despite long-standing animus between the 2 tribes. They said that Ruzer Forbrand, the king of Dalto Thum's Cragporn clan, was determined to defeat the orcs and was concentrating all of the city's resources and efforts on the war. When the team asked the dwarves to help them get into Dalto Thum and find Dondo Corrigana, the paladin they had been told to seek out, Homrian and Donk explained that as deserters, they would be just as unwelcome there as Uggo. A return to the city would put them in grave danger as well. But when the team spoke of the wardens, saying that they were not only real, but they had seen them up close, Donk's position changed. His late father had told him stories of the Wardens when he was a boy, and Donk viewed it as a sign. He vowed to help the Heroes of Bingle and their cause, even if it risked his own life. As we ended last week, the sun was setting on our 5 adventurers, joined by Homrian and Donk in the Vardo, mere hours' journey from certain conflict. Determined, but unsure of what might await at Dalto Thum.
Whew.
Can we turn around?
You can do whatever you like.
Make a hard right.
Sounds a lot worse than what I thought it was.
Yeah.
Oh, we were going to a party.
Was that all not clear last week?
Yeah. You're going into war. Wait, what?
Okay.
Pretty clear to me.
All right, so I want to thank some people who are giving us love. Eagle Eye 123321, Raider Zero, Red Robin, Confusing Wookie, oh, Something Cool, Fall Star, and others. Thank you for those balloons. We also have a bunch of cards, so let's start dealing those out. We have 2 cards for Civ, one from Saint Thief.
Saint Thief?
Yep, and one from Angel Devilson.
Your patron saint.
Wow.
So,
Saint Thief.
Devilson.
Very appropriate. Civ prays to him every night.
I love both of those names. Winkberg Bond Offering. In these chaotic times, you need safe investments. Oh man. And Winkberg needs financing. Purchase for any amount of gold now, write that value on the card. Grows at 10% of the original amount per episode up to a max of 2 times the original amount. Gold tied to this bond is not counted as liquid assets and not affected by forces of evil, guaranteed. So it's like buying a CD, only the interest rate is much better.
Can I give you some of my gold?
Of course.
Cool.
Know
I'm
your
in on that.
finances, kids.
The true banker.
Welcome to D&D slash investment
Yeah.
tips.
I'll invest
Compounded.
250
So are we gonna
gold.
do Forces of Evil where we all have to do taxes? And
Oh.
talk about itemizing?
Hey, it's not
That's
liquid. You have to
that's
take
the
it
April
away.
15th
This
episode.
game
I'm not
about
thinking about that
escapism,
right
for
now.
God's sake.
Yeah. That's the really sad episode. For me. Double O Vardo. The Duke customized the Vardo with a one-time use ejector seat, but forgot to mention it. Press the button and one passenger flies up to 60 feet in the air in the direction of your choosing and has feather fall as they come down.
Wow.
Oh, that's sweet.
That's cool. Nice.
All right, 2 forces are good for Fahima.
Thank you.
One is from Kaibuk, and the other
Kaibuk.
from Angel Devilson.
Kaibuk
Nice.
Angel Devilson. Thank you. All right. Probably useless. This is a poem. Or a song. Those heroes of Bingle, they are the best. Every week they're put to the test. As watchers, we want them all to succeed and try to give them just what they need. But sometimes the only thing that they lack is a positive word to keep them on track. This force of good, make sure not to lose it. It does nothing but hold till you use it. What does that mean?
Sounds like an enigma wrapped in a mystery.
Yeah. And the second one is called Free Gold, no strings attached. You get 500 gold. It's completely fine and there's no reason to be concerned, ... What are these cards? I'm scared of these.
One more.
I feel like
this
Thank
one from
you.
Storm of Blades.
The cards have taken a turn.
Storm of Blades.
Yeah.
The cards are gaining their own personality.
For real.
Are these mimic cards? I don't understand.
This one's called Well Actually. Roll 2d20s and record the results. Okay. 6 and 16.
It's easy to remember.
It is. As a reaction, any single time a d20 is rolled during tonight's session, say, well, actually, and replace the roll with one of your 2 recorded rolls. This can affect any roll, including Jeff's.
Nice.
It's a
One
reaction.
high and one low. That's great.
That's really
Yeah,
another,
it
like,
is. Thank
similar to
you,
divination
Storm of
expert.
Blades.
Love it, love it. Who are mine from, Jeffrey?
They are from Confusing Wookie and Patyrus Stormblade.
Thank you, Confusing Wookie and Pytyrus. Okay, my first one is called Look at Me, I'm Jared Kajak. What? You were submitted. For a moment, you channel Jared Kajak's infamous charm. Gain 5 to your next charisma check. Wow, somebody is into you. The other one is Embrace the Pain. Play when your advantage is canceled to get a +2 bonus on the roll. This bonus continues to apply on subsequent D20 rolls until the next time you roll with advantage. Very cool.
nice.
All right, cards for you guys.
Thank you.
Wow.
Ago, you have 2 forces of good, one from Angel Devilson and one from La Cosa Nostra.
Good.
You also have 2 forces of evil,
Oh.
one from Down with Uggs,
Oh.
or Down with Uggo, excuse me,
What?
and the other from Grim Faded.
What?
Just so everyone knows, Grim Faded is a lady.
Yeah, no, I knew that.
And I said he last night, apparently, on the rundown, and now I have a force of evil.
Coincidence? I think not.
No, definitely not.
I feel like on the internet we
she
assume
literally
a
said
lot.
that.
Oh, okay. All right.
So it's Angel Devilson. Sorry, the other force of good was La Cosa Nostra.
The Cosa Nostra, and then Down with Uggo and Grim Faded.
Down with Uggo.
Yeah.
All right.
We can talk about money when he's done.
All right. This is a charade. Charade, I guess.
Either.
Viewer submitted. Impersonate the following NPCs and gain 3 points for each one correctly identified by the party member.
So don't say them out loud.
Yeah, right. Total the points and use them instead for your next D20 roll.
I love it, I love it.
Oh my gosh.
Party involvement.
These are hard.
These are hard because
You
I
saw
don't.
them?
No,
No,
I didn't see it. I'm saying these ones where you have to pick. And I didn't name all my
You
stuff.
don't have to
Those
just a
are really
couple of
hard.
words.
Yeah, just a
Yeah.
couple words.
Pop
Yeah,
quiz.
yeah.
D&D pop quiz.
Life is space.
Wow.
Yes. Orcs killed my family.
Humrian?
Dom?
Nope, that's not it. That's the wrong person.
You only get one
Sorry.
guess?
That one's wrong. Didn't do that one right. Oh, Lily, remember your songs.
Granny.
Grandma.
Well, I don't know if I remember. Oh, yeah. It's your fault that she's caught in the thing.
The hag.
Hag of the shanties.
What was her name?
Griselda.
Yes!
Nice.
You remember?
Good job.
What?
Oh, man.
She's very impactful for Fahima.
Indeed.
I feel terrible. Oh, are we still on the ship?
Claudia.
Claudia,
Yes,
nice.
Claudia.
Nauseous.
To walk down memory lane.
All right.
It's like a weird slow motion.
Hey, you guys saved me!
The Duke of Windberg.
That's it.
Donald.
As a
Duke.
human, it says specifically.
First time watchers are like, what even is this shit?
Skirt, skirt,
Oh, the,
Yes, it's a robot! Yeah!
How many are there? I thought
I was
All right,
very
so-
robot.
There's only one other one, and I can't remember this person.
just try and maybe we'll guess it by accident.
Can't remember the person. How I feel
Yeah.
personally.
No.
I don't feel that way.
Right.
33
Look.
episodes, man.
is
That's a lot of
it,
hours.
is it somebody from a very early episode?
We can table that and
Yeah,
keep
we'll
moving
table
on.
that
Yeah, we
one.
don't want to
We'll
spend too
table
much
that
time.
What happens if we get it right?
So, 3 points for each one. 1, 2,
3 points to add to
3, 4, 5, 6.
Nice.
Okay.
Not bad.
What does
So
Wix do?
I can use that as my next D20.
So you get 18.
Oh.
So it becomes an
18?
18.
18.
Wow.
All or Nothing by La Costa Nostra. You can wager all, must be all, of your personal gold on one throw of the dice. Roll D20 in the box. 1 to 3, you lose it all. 4 to 10, no win, no loss. 11 to 19, double your money. 20, win, bet times 3. No helper cards or advantage. Card may be given to another player if they have more personal gold than you.
Do
My
it.
current gold amount
Well, you don't really want that much. It's kind of risky.
is 0. So can't double that.
Give it to James. He has a small amount.
I don't. Yeah, I literally
What's
have
it?
Or
like
how
50.
much do you have?
I don't have very much either.
Well, you just got 500.
I have too much to gamble. I want to give it to the
I'll do
bank.
it. Yeah. All
There
right.
you
All right. Yeah. Okay, because I have a total of 15 gold.
You don't have to do it either.
Right. It's,
You wanna
Yeah,
wait?
you do.
No, you do it.
You do have to.
Okay. All right.
telling you to.
Okay.
Roll in the
Jessica.
box.
Hey.
Roll in
Here we
the
go.
box. He is.
Oh! Nat 20 did.
Wow.
Yeah, that's times 3.
Done.
Boom.
High five on that.
Yes.
I'm 3 and what was the wager?
15 gold.
All of his
so,
gold.
So,
15.
so I get 45 gold.
Hey,
for
that's
this.
That's right.
Dude, that's amazing.
Hey, I mean, you should have rolled. You should have done
I
it.
should have gone to 20.
Yeah.
Maybe you
It's
did.
fine.
I don't
It's
know.
fine.
You're not.
I've got 2 forces of evil. One
Yeah.
from Down with Uggo. Oh no, there were strings attached. That free gold you got? It had been stolen from a fae, and they're angry. Next combat, whenever a party member takes damage, they also lose that much gold. If you run out of gold, take an extra point of damage for every 5 gold you're short.
What? Good thing you just got some more gold.
That's crazy.
So the whole combat, whenever anybody takes damage,
It's all of us? Who's that from?
Down with Uggo.
Wow.
Dang.
That's brutal.
But maybe they're down with Uggo.
Yeah, no.
I'm down.
No.
Down with Uggo.
Let's
I'll go
ramp.
in down with you.
So the last one is from
If we-
Frame Faded. Bad hair day. It's rough today. Spinach in your teeth, clinker in one nostril, stains on your coat. Who knows? And holes in your knees. Holes in my knees. Oh, it's the worst. The flip-flops just aren't helping, and the spicy taco belch as you scratch yourself tops it all. As you scratch yourself, gross. The spicy taco belch as you scratch yourself tops it all.
Got it.
Better hope they're a dude fan. -10 in your next charisma-based checker scene.
All right, we have one more Evo card from Cold Candor. This was a roll. I wanted to give it to Airband, but can't. So the roll is a 3.
Oh, fine.
Yeah,
Candor, you
so
said?
let's read that and we'll move into the game.
Well, I need investments of money from
Yeah,
people.
do you want this possibly cursed 500 gold?
Sure.
Great.
Well, considering there are strings attached, I think you should probably put all the gold in there.
Well, if
free
you do
gold
that,
there.
then you get more damage, right?
Wait, what?
For every 5 gold you're short,
that's
you
right.
get extra
That's right.
points of damage.
Right.
Right.
But out of personal, right?
That card says you got to give gold every damage
every
you
party
get in
member
the next
takes
combat.
damage.
Right. Now, can
That's
any
protected if you put it into your savings.
right
Yeah,
now
oh, yes,
can
yes, yes.
anybody pay the gold? So Uggo doesn't
Yes.
have any.
Yes.
So if he gets hit, I can pay for him.
Yes.
Okay. So what I think we should do is take the 500 gold, put that into the CD investment, and then the rest of the money we can keep to pay off. Okay. Done.
Jeff, this card.
Family planning.
Here's my Force of Evil.
Yeah.
Oh, we have one more. Sorry.
One more. Midas
I have
mold
one
from
too.
Cold Candor. All that glitters is mold. Your food begins to turn golden. I don't know what that means. When making camp, you will need to forage for something more palatable. Survival check DC 15. If successful, you spend time foraging and only get the effects of a short rest instead of a long. That's better me than others, because I still recharge spells. If unsuccessful, no rest and take a point of exhaustion for the next day.
Oh.
That sucks. This only affects your food, not the other party members.
Forgot to get your card too, which is from Avamir.
Avamir?
Yeah.
Mine is 20/20 vision. You may use this card to turn a perception or investigation check into a natural 20.
Nice.
Wow.
All right, so we are back in the world of Ein, and you guys, as we left off last week, we're in the Vardo with your new 2 traveling companions, Homrian and Donk, 2 dwarves, and they have vowed to help you on your quest, vowed to help you in any way they can get into Dalto Thum. You're still several hours ride away, and you're moving along in the Vardo. As you continue down the path toward the mountains, it is getting to be night.
I was scouting, and I think we were looking for a place to camp.
Right.
And if I remember correctly, we found a place, didn't we?
Yeah, I think that as we left, you guys had just started
To
pull over
set up
and
for camp.
Set up for camp.
Got
Yeah.
it.
So we're about to get into night. You're welcome to do anything you'd like.
I'll do the typical thing that I've been doing, which is to unharness all of the Achairai. I know they're not horses, but like brush them down, feed them, make sure that they're.
I think this is the first night where you're running into a lack of food.
Right.
If you remember, the feed had been broken into during.
And the flies not
We had the fly.
sticking with them.
Oh, the fly, you fed them the fly, yeah. Okay, so you don't have feed to feed them, but if there's any remnants of that fly, you can still, it's perhaps, the last night it would keep without
Right.
any salts or.
Well, I'll definitely feed all of the fly to them. Are you gonna be okay?
You okay?
Yeah?
All right.
Okay.
Swallowed a pretzel.
To chew it first.
I know.
I inhaled it.
Yeah. I do know the Heimlich. So tap on me.
Thank you.
Okay.
But you have to roll for it.
That's not good. Yeah, so do they still seem hungry then after?
No, yeah, I think it was a 4 or 5 foot long fly.
Right.
You guys, remove the heart. I forgot about that part. So yeah, so you definitely you've got enough food for them tonight.
Right.
And they seem perfectly content. They love that. I mean, it's
Right.
fresh and delicious.
If you'd like, I can do a survival check to hunt for food.
Whitebeard.
Thank you.
You couldn't remember him?
Well, because it doesn't say Whitebeard.
Oh, it
What
doesn't.
does it say?
It says his real name.
His real name.
Whitebeard's real name. Something blowhard?
There you go.
Have to
No,
move on.
no, that's not.
got the
that's
wrong
not
captain.
Whitebeard. You
Wrong
got the wrong
captain.
guy.
You got the wrong
It's okay. It's okay. I'll give it to you.
Johnny Blowhard.
Yeah, it's all right.
It's the other one.
Okay.
It's okay. It's all right.
Even though it might be a little bit dangerous, do you think you and I should go hunting tonight? We're out of food. The Chirai have been fed, but we're going to need more food in the long run.
Yeah. You could hunt.
All right.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
So after I get the birds settled,
Yeah.
then
That is something we could help with too.
you know how to hunt.
That's what we are. We're hunters.
Oh, and
Primarily.
you know this area.
I told you we hunted badgers for 6 hours.
That's right, you did tell us that.
I don't suppose you know where more badgers are, because we could just hunt badgers since you know them so well, and that could be our food.
Sure. We could try. I'm sure we could find them. They're all over these parts. There's a badger problem.
You mentioned large beasts that were that made you afraid last night.
Yes, they were quite scary.
What? I mean,
Larger than a
can
warg,
you describe
right?
them? Yes, larger than a warg. That's quite sizable.
They look like wolves or something larger. I don't know.
Did they have bones protruding from their fur?
Did they, Dunk? You got a better sight of them? I think they did.
I turn awkwardly towards Fahima.
And we ran. We knew we were no match for them. They were eating the badgers too.
How many were there?
A whole pack of them.
And they were in this area.
Well, not quite so far. We rode down the river quite a ways.
Oh, I see. Back towards Winkberg.
Right.
Ah,
Okay, it could be, oh gosh, what was the name of the leader?
We didn't mean to go
Tribe?
quite so far, but the current was mighty strong.
right.
Perhaps you can do that forest thing you did again
Yeah, I could do
when we
that.
sleep.
Yes, yeah, provide us some cover. I could also, I'd been meaning to reach out to Zanelka and see how she was doing. Would you be all right if I did that?
Yeah. Of course.
I mean,
Like-
maybe you could help me craft the message.
Oh, sure.
If you
yeah,
want.
why not?
Okay. Are you all right?
Fahima,
You look redder than usual.
your hands are very much on fire.
Wait, you guys hunt?
That's right.
I thought you ate stones.
What?
I thought dwarves
Oh,
eat
a
stones.
stone.
Yeah, they eat stones.
We're mind stones. We can't eat stones. What are... Orcs are not very smart. It's true.
Okay.
He's right, though.
Gentlemen, is it a good idea for you to go hunting together?
I'm actually very curious
Oh, okay.
on how well they handle themselves.
Well, why don't you two and you two go hunting, and we'll set up camp, and I'll set up an illusion.
Yes.
Well, I can't say it makes me very comfortable. We're gonna have to learn to trust them.
Well, this will be a good test, will it not?
All right.
Is
But
there
any funny business, I've got my bow.
Oh, well, I have hand axes, so we're equal.
Everything's going to be completely fine.
Are badgers really that ferocious?
Not
Yes.
worried about the badger, I'm worried about the orc.
I see. Well,
badgers are
I don't think you have anything to worry about.
All right.
I'm gonna use this.
What?
Okay.
Do I need to announce it, or do I just do it?
You can announce it. It makes
Okay.
more sense, I think.
So I'm gonna use fruitcake. Oh, someone gave you this? You don't even want it? Who does? What good is it even? Once per episode, the owner of this card can try to give this fruitcake to another player by making a dexterity versus perception check, and I choose Uggo. If they succeed, they receive 5 temporary hit points. Cannot re-gift to a player who's had it before, but also cannot ask who has had it before. When the last player gets it, its true power will be revealed.
You just got the negative.
So you want to win in order to get it to him.
Correct.
Yeah. Basically, the idea is he needs to slip it into your bag. 'Cause nobody wants the fruitcake.
Right.
Right.
Except Uggo.
So I got a 16 on my dexterity, and you get a
Perception?
check.
Cool. It's not charisma based, so that's good. Can I use cards on that?
We'll do the roll first.
Advantage? No.
Actually, Civ, you have advantage too from the
Okay.
brush of tie. Uggo, you have advantage from Queso Gato, but it is countered by Grim Faded.
I've made an
In that case,
It's not a nat one, but it's not
in that
great.
case, it's a 17.
Mine's a 11.
Okay, so you give that to him,
Yay.
which means you have 5 temporary hit points.
Yay.
Right, and it continues on.
And
you have
whenever,
a snack.
and I will try to forage for my dinner apparently because whatever food they're going to try to give me will rot.
Okay.
So I will try to do that survival check DC 15 now. This
Great.
is the Midas mold.
So
Force
you
of
have
Evil that I
advantage
just got.
from Falstar, and it is countered by which space?
Thank you, Falstar, in which space? Don't matter. Dirty 20.
Nice.
Yes.
So,
but so
James-
I am successful. I spend time foraging, but I still only get the effects of a short rest.
Okay, so James kind of wanders away from the Vardo, and not in his usual manner to go out and hunt, but manages to sizzle up with an Eldritch Blast, sizzle up a creature and bring back some food for himself.
Yes, this is very nice. Okay.
Oh,
this'll work.
James,
Maybe
you're
some
taking
berries, perhaps, too?
a new hobby.
Herbalism is one of my hobbies, and I found I think some nice basil, and yes, this will be. I think
never
I'll make a
seen
stew
this
or a
side
soup or
of
something.
you.
We're on an adventure. Let's live adventurously.
Yes,
Anyway.
I love a good stew.
Indeed. Right.
Fahima, can we take Meep?
Oh, yes, of course.
I
Was she
want-
helpful last time?
Yes, I want to teach her how to help better.
Oh, I'm sure she'd love that. Meep, what do you think?
I'm also going to try to slip the fruitcake in her bag.
Oh, you have to wait till the next episode, I think.
Oh, fine. Fine. I'll hold the fruitcake.
We just keep passing it around.
I wanted the temporary hit point.
Yeah.
So judging by whatever, so where are we pulled near some trees?
Yeah, you've pulled off. It's the same situation that you have been able to do for several nights now. You've stuck to the road. As the road has pulled away a little bit from the river in the several hours that you've been traveling, talking with Homrain and Donk, we're back to a more forested road. There's still, you can sort of still hear the rushing river in the distance, but there are trees, and you are managed to find a place to pull the Vardo off the road and unhitch the birds, and you kind of have got this into a routine.
I'll begin casting hallucinatory terrain then again.
And
similar
again,
to
that
last time.
the trees and leaves begin over 10 minutes. They morph and stretch and grow in your vision. It is an illusion, but it certainly looks seamless to everyone outside to see the vegetation and shrubbery and trees kind of create a canopy and bend over the top of the Vardo, making it hard to see from.
Civ and Uggo, if you get lost, just call out. We'll find you. But,
May I mark one of the trees?
yes, good idea.
Meep will cast.
Try to mark one and it's an illusion. And go over to another one.
Until I find it, deal.
Yes, that'll work.
Meep will cast Protective Shroud on you.
Oh.
She's with you. She has to be within 5 feet of you, though.
Okay.
My friends, and I gesture towards the woods.
They pull on leather jerkins out of their sacks and pull bows. They're short bows, but for them, it seems pretty large for their squat, stocky size. And they look very comfortable hunting. They kind of start running down the path, back behind where you are, deeper into the woods, not really taking any heed of waiting for you or being part of a group.
I'm just gonna be right on their tail.
We run a lot faster than them.
Yeah.
We're like, isn't this adorable?
Yeah.
They're trying to outrun us.
Civ, do be on the lookout for werewolf tracks.
Yes, and orc death squads.
And they,
yes.
they really seem to be a little bit prideful about this, kind of trying to take the lead and instruct you guys as to how to do a proper hunt. It's perhaps a little insulting.
Patronizing?
Patronizing is a better
Oh,
word.
I will totally play into it.
Yeah.
Really?
Stay close. We move quickly. All that kind
Sure.
of thing. Yeah. They're like, they're pulling out and then not seeing something and continuing. It's making a big show of it. They're not very good hunters, it turns out, but they're serviceable. They're young dwarves, and they've done this quite a lot.
We're also hunting badgers.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Yeah.
So,
yeah.
yeah.
They're not.
nocturnal, I
They're,
think.
right. They're not. They're not.
Jeff, while
In
we're
danger.
going through, Uggo's gonna let them be prideful of
Yeah, yeah.
themselves, but also he's gonna check to actually see for other animals, specifically deer, things that are easily.
Okay.
eaten.
Do a survival check.
I have
You've
this
got-
as a charade, which is I got an 18.
Okay. So that's your survival check? Yeah. Great. So you definitely, see lots of signs of life around here. These woods are actually pretty overgrown as far as, there's not been a lot of travel through here in a while. And so the wildlife has overtaken this a little bit, reclaimed it a bit. And you see lots of evidence of that. You see, feces, and you see markings and footprints and kinds of things. You don't see anything that sticks out to you with an 18. You don't see anything that sticks out to you as specifically a large track that you would think would be Znalka or that group.
And as we're going, and as Meep stays close, I'm explaining to her, this is feces, that's a deer track. They poop, and then you follow them, and then you can kill them.
She's, hovering, looking, and for a split second, actually do a wisdom check for me. You've got advantage from Queso Gato, but it was countered by Grim Faded.
Great. 10.
10. All right, well, for a split second, you think there might be a passing image in your head of something, but it's so fleeting that you can't get a grasp of it. But it seems like Meep, for a moment, was trying to communicate something to you.
Oh.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. Uggo seems kind of like, They had a moment there in the woods when everybody else is doing their thing.
Yeah, exactly. And before long, you guys, there are a couple of small woodland creatures, and you hear, a loosed arrow sticks into the back, another one off a tree, but it definitely gets one of the badgers, and the two dwarves run over.
Whatever they don't kill on the first shot, I am annihilating afterwards.
Yeah.
So if they barely
attack.
hit something and nick it, then my arrow's going through one eye. And
Totally. And Hamrian runs up. He's like, I think I scared it for you. I'm sure I did. Yeah, you're welcome.
You dazed it, and then I got the killing shot. It was very kind.
Glad you noticed that, because it's part to the plan when we go right, Dunk. Yes, Hamrian. Dunk looks at you. He's the one that nailed the other one. So you guys managed to successfully get a couple of badges. It takes a few hours, but you're skilled enough, and these woods are full enough with wildlife that it is not a problem.
Great. We should probably get back before it gets too late, just in case there's something out here we don't want to encounter.
Right, I was going to say the same before you.
I'm like, I think it's this way.
Right, but okay, all right.
I am actually going to ask them, so you've been hunting these woods for a while then?
Our whole lives, yes.
I see. Have you ever noticed anything like those creatures before, with the bones sticking out?
Never. It's new. Scared us, as I said. Weren't sure if they were just passing through or what they were, but they seemed, they had red in their eyes.
Yes. Were they just hunting?
I don't know. We ran, and then I came up with the plan to disguise our scent.
Yes, we rolled in dung.
Right, the dung. Interesting. Now,
Wise.
have you heard any?
Thank you, Orc.
You're welcome.
Have you heard of any other rumors, perhaps amongst your other dwarves, of other creatures, abnormal things, or monsters, perhaps?
Should we tell him? Aye. Well, word has it, they've spotted quite a large group of things in the mountains. I don't know what they are, but...
Can you describe them?
I haven't seen them myself, but I've heard crazy things. Wild stories about creatures with arms and limbs all over.
Multiple arms.
Right, made of bodies. I don't believe it.
A creature composed of dead people, perhaps?
That's what they say. I don't, it sounds too wild to be true.
Well, we encountered something.
A hodgepodge of body parts, perhaps.
Yes.
Right.
Multiple hands and arms, and perhaps even a face created out of multiple heads.
Craigborn scouts described the very thing. They say the people the mountaintops now don't believe it.
And did your dwarves say, did they fight them? Did they encounter these things?
No,
No.
just the scouts reported back.
Were there a lot of them?
It's what they say.
I see. And this is up in the mountains?
It's right near them, deep, past where we usually go. It was very few people even believed it. But if you say you've seen these creatures yourselves,
Well, one.
you're right. Yes, a chill ran up my spine just hearing you say it.
Interesting. And you say that these dwarven scouts saw several of these creatures?
They say there's dozens of them, perhaps more.
Really?
It's what they say.
Was there anything besides these creatures? Perhaps something in the shadows?
The reports are true. They saw so much to frighten them that they refused to go back and scout the same terrain.
I see.
I think we find out where those body parts go now.
Right. Yes. But thank you. That's very helpful.
Thank you for assisting in the hunt.
Of course.
You make good assistants.
Jeff, there was a force of evil I forgot about, which affects the amount of gold I just took from that. Death and taxes I got from Grim Faded, I think a couple weeks ago. I have to take 50% to the next 2 sources of gold. I'd already taken one. So instead of 45 gold, I'm gonna take 22 or 23. Okay. Got it. But that one's done now.
All right.
Fahima,
Yes?
should I reach out to Zanelka?
Yes?
Okay. I mean, I'm just going to be curious. I hope the curse of Vargan is broken, but is there anything specific you'd like me to add?
Maybe just find out where she is.
Right.
If she's nearby.
Yes, yeah.
If she's planning on going to Dalto Thum or something.
Okay.
or
Yes. Yeah.
seeing us again ever?
Right.
At some point
Yes.
soon?
Okay. Sure. Okay. Any notes? Any notes?
No, that was great.
Perfect.
Yeah,
All
yeah,
right.
yeah.
Excellent.
Oh, maybe just say something like, Fahima says, I felt it too, also.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah.
Sure. Okay. I've done this
It's
before.
from
This
the
is weird.
heart. So,
Right.
yeah,
Yes.
which is what matters the most.
And I will cast Sending to Zanelka. Hello? It's James.
This is in your head, right?
Fahima, you can't hear it if you put your head up next to him.
How are you feeling? Is the curse broken? We've heard of werewolves near Dalto Thum. You? Fahima says she felt it as well. Kind regards. I sort of go, I got it out. I mean,
And she could reply to that.
yes, she can.
And there's no distance limit to that. She
No,
just-
no, I could, yeah.
And Fahima, as you stare at James, and he's like, no, she can respond. You see, like,
Making me very warm.
you see almost like someone opened a can of pop, and there's like little fizz things. He's not even acknowledging them, but they're just kind of like fizzing up out into the ether, little bits, like effervescence.
Right.
And you stand there, James, and the moment passes.
Nothing yet.
And then you just get a strange sensation. No words, but almost a primal sense of fear.
Not my fear or someone else's.
It's a sense of it. You can't really discern why you even feel that way. It's a unsettling, emptiness that there's no words in response.
I don't want you to worry.
Oh, that's a bad start.
Well, there were no words.
I shouldn't have said the thing.
No, I don't know, but I got a sense like it was received, but all I got back was a feeling of fear.
Oh,
That worries me, obviously.
yes. You can't tell where?
No, nothing. Okay, so wherever Civ and Uggo are, hopefully they'll get back.
You see two little dwarves rush back with a badger and almost as big as them. We got it!
Okay, all right.
Triumphant from there!
What? Fantastic. Please keep it down slightly.
All right, I just want to show you.
Looks amazing.
It
Well
looks
done.
incredible. Thank you so
Your
much.
friends were barely any help at all. I just wanted to...
Yes.
Uggo comes in and goes, yeah, they totally did all the work.
Insight check.
I don't even think you need one. It's pretty obvious.
Right.
So they get to skinning and they pull out the...
Hold on. Do you mind if we do it delicately so that I may keep the pelts?
All right. I was doing it delicately, but all right. He hands it to you.
I-
Oh, it's
Along the sides.
He's a bit more
the
delicate
technique I
than
would
you.
do.
He's a bit more
Mine's
delicate.
more surgical.
Yeah, yours is far superior to these guys. They're not willing to admit it.
I'm sorry.
Did Meep help?
Yes. So, weird thing. She was helping, and I was telling her how to do a thing, and then there was like some kind of image in my head, and then it wasn't there, and I didn't catch it. But
Really?
does Meep do that to you?
Yes, so that's quite remarkable. I'm her companion, so we have sort of a telepathic bond, but it seems she's taken quite the liking to you.
Oh,
James, did that happen to you as well?
Yes, I think. It's been a moment. Yes, I feel like that.
Good one, Meep.
Well, I like you too, Meep.
You could tell. Meep, can you tell me what it was you were trying to show Uggo? Maybe I could tell him.
And you see just an image of a badger.
She saw the badger.
Oh, good job, Meep. Good job. I thought it was more important than that.
Was there something you wanted to say?
I was just thinking maybe it might be a good idea for you to, even with the cover of the terrain, the spell, maybe it'd be a good idea to do your tiny hut for the night.
Oh, yeah, sure.
I mean, we won't be able to protect the Achirai, but
What's wrong?
We're going to have to keep watch.
I tried to contact Zanelka and got no words back, but just a feeling of dread and fear.
What kind of fear?
Just that. Just
General
capital F fear. Yeah,
capitalized.
indeed.
Did it linger, or did it just kind of pop and go away?
I'm still feeling it now, so I mean, but that's probably just an after effect.
Fear like your life might end, fear, or fear like the girl you have a crush on doesn't have a crush on you back? Fear.
Don't take this personally, not the second one. It definitely felt like
Oh, no, that
mortal
was
danger.
Totally hypothetical.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
All right, I don't, not
No.
that someone would be afraid, but, you know.
No, I don't.
Right.
Insight check on well, I got -10 to. Oh, it's insight, so it's wisdom, so it's okay.
You actually had advantage from ages 13, but it is countered by Grimfaith.
Thanks.
Nice.
It's a 17.
Ooh, 17.
It was an insight on. Totally random. Your reference to Zanelka just now, was that actually just a random reference?
Oh,
or-
so you see me kind of like lean back like this.
Well,
Okay, now I understand.
Fahima, do you mind? I'm going to point towards the little fire pit.
Oh, sure. Meep.
Oh gosh.
And then I'm going to...
Well, that's quite a trick. They were like rubbing two sticks together. Throw it down.
Got it covered.
And then I'm going to, I'd like to roast what we're going to eat tonight, but I want to boil the rest of it and cook it to death. Hopefully, it'll keep a little bit longer than if I just, slowly cook it over the fire.
Great. So you have, 3 or 4 of these things that you guys managed to hold back with you.
Oh, great.
And you have one that's plenty to feed the group, along with the berries and things that James scavenged for. And you open your skin and put water in a pot, boil it up, and you're boiling the rest of them, in shifts.
Right.
It takes a while, but
I'm gonna shave the meat off the bones and then go and feed the bones to the Achaira as like a snack.
yeah, they love it. And, they're like chewing them up, crunching them. They look at you with big hearts in their eyes. Yeah.
I definitely give extra to pancakes.
Yeah.
Mama.
Do you tell us about the hodgepodge?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Do you want to, or shall I?
I guess I can.
I want to do the candles really
Yeah.
quick because they just got
Great.
sitting there lit for a while and I didn't even see it. Candles, that's a 3. So
Oh,
that
wow.
goes to
Yay.
All the rolls coming my way tonight.
James.
Balance it out.
A reaction. Viewer submitted. You may use a force card as a reaction, even if it would normally be an action to use. That could actually be huge.
Pretty
Yeah.
cool. We have
Yeah.
a bunch of other cards, but we'll wait to a bit more downtime for that. So go ahead.
The dwarves are claiming that some of their scouts have seen body parts walking around. Sounded very suspiciously like the hodgepodges we ran into.
Huh.
Says there was a lot of them. They were so scared they don't want to go back.
Dozens.
Dozens.
Yikes.
We found
Sounds
that
like army.
fire was quite effective against them, right?
We did, yes.
Yes, but we now know that it's definitely
Right.
Calcutta,
Right.
and she's using those parts to
Yep.
create these monsters.
My mind is starting to boggle about the power of this woman.
Well, not only that, but if she's allied with the orcs, even if the orcs fall in battle, she can reuse the body parts.
Is this possible that this could all be one person controlling the orcs, coordinating thefts in Turles, collecting body parts from
Well,
the bottom
she
of
had
the reef?
she had one of the wardens. I'm trying to say this quietly so the dwarves don't.
No, the dwarves are just eating.
Right.
They're, roasting.
She had one of the wardens imprisoned underwater. She has to have an immense amount of power.
It's true.
She also seems incredibly organized.
She might also be only the one. There might be more than just her.
Right.
Well-
If Vargan was working underneath her, she could have other
Well, let's not forget,
apprentices.
John
might-
Moe did escape from
Right.
the reef.
She may be an apprentice.
And we don't know anything about vulnerabilities against her. At all.
Other than she wants you.
Right.
Well, could we really call that a vulnerability?
Yes,
Why?
because we know it and we can use it against her.
How?
Bait.
Yep.
It's very dangerous, though.
It's better than nothing.
Dangerous but exciting.
I agree with Fahima.
You hear a belch from the dwarves, and Hunrin says, "We're gonna pack it in. Tired from swimming."
Thank you.
Yeah.
Do you want to keep one of the watches, or shall we just let you rest?
Honestly, prefer the rest if that's an option.
That's fine.
Fine.
Fine by me.
Can we say that I've cast Tiny Hut in a 10-minute time during this?
Sure, yeah, you can have done that while they were out hunting, and
Oh, well, I have to have them all within my space.
Oh, right. So you want to
they
do
can
that
pass
outside the
in
bar?
and out.
Yeah, we can walk in and out.
Yeah, but you have to be.
I thought it has to be
nice.
around you.
Yeah.
You have to be within my space while I'm casting it to have the ability to walk in and out. That's how it protects us from other people.
Okay, well, you can start casting it now then.
Yeah, before
that's
the dwarves go in. Yeah,
outside the Vardo.
Yeah.
So that's sort of their chambers. Are you going to stay there with them?
Sorry, I'm reading this spell. Creatures and objects within the dome when you cast it. Yeah, so that I have to like circle them.
Yeah. So you want to do it for them? Anybody else in the party?
It's up to 9 people, so or 9.
Right.
Around the
You could get
campfire while
everybody,
we're
but-
doing it, yeah.
Yeah.
Of
I
medium
assume-
size.
yeah.
So nobody's sleeping in the Vardo?
They can pass in and out of it, but so
Right.
that they can go in it
Great.
if we need it to.
So you begin that process now. It takes 10 minutes,
Yeah.
but you're meditating and creating that structure that.
Yeah. From henceforth, that's my intention with having the Vardo and the tiny hut. Just like we can get inside of it if we need it.
Great.
Who wants first watch?
I was wondering if Uggo and I could take it
Fine.
to go over the auctionary.
I'm still.
Yeah.
I was really impressed with what was the word you used?
She was really impressed by it, though.
I was. I tried to remember what it was from last week.
Well, you have 4 hours to figure it out.
All right, you guys are going to take first watch?
I'm feeling still quite bad from all those bee stings, and I would love to sleep
Yes.
first.
Yeah. You two go. Fine. I'll take second or third, whichever.
I don't care.
What? Yes.
Go ahead.
Why don't you take the middle watch, and then Lily and I can take the third watch.
Fine.
Great.
Fine.
So first up is you guys. So why don't you guys roll me some perception checks? The dwarves are snoring on the ground.
Of course they are.
In the corner. There is actually part of a badger leg, like in a mouth. I mean, they are slovenly.
I'm gonna go over and take that out. This is a choking hazard.
Advantage.
Uggo, you have advantage from ages 13, but it was countered by Grim Fated. Fahima, you have advantage from a Half-Blood Phoenix
My
Fire,
last disadvantage on my Lord Araban card here. So that's gonna get rid
countered
of
by
that.
Lord Araban.
Yes.
I-
Who's
and
the
I-
advantage from? Sorry.
Half-Blood Phoenix Fire.
You have.
And I will remind you that if anybody comes around and tries to find our campsite, they need to pass a 15
Right.
intelligence check.
Right.
And I will
Nice.
add 5 to my perception roll for the night watch from Tender Bear.
My perception was 20. Dirty.
Okay.
Oh, I rolled a 2. Plus 5 is 7. Plus 2 more.
9.
9. Okay. So Uggo, with your 20, you're keeping a vigilant watch, and Fahima's kind of distracted.
What was that word? It was so impressive to me at the time. Do you remember the word?
I say a lot of things.
It was to Lily.
I say a lot of things to Lily.
Well, anyway, how is the auctionary going?
Good.
Quite some time now.
Yeah. I remember the word. Conscientious objector. What does that mean?
The dwarves said that.
Yeah, I just don't know what that means, so that's the one I remember now.
It means they are thoughtfully. They're thinking hard. They've put a lot of thought into going against what everyone else wants to do.
Oh, okay. So we are conscientious objectors to Calcutta Theed.
Yes.
Okay, good.
Yes.
I will let her
certainly.
know.
Among many other things. So how many words do you have in there by now?
I can't count.
Let me take a look.
Yeah.
I think there's 25.
25.
Yeah. There's a lot of them. Fahima, can you teach Uggo to cast spells?
Yes.
Really?
Yes. It might take a while, but we could start with something simple.
Okay.
What would you like to learn? What most interests you?
To fly.
Okay, well that one's a little advanced. See, James,
To float.
That one is also a bit advanced.
To jump high?
That's a bit beginner.
Okay.
I think
What about just make fire in hand?
that one is very useful. Or perhaps the one where I clean things or create music or
Oh, yeah.
shapes or
I
mending.
like cleaning things.
Mending, perhaps that's very useful. Yes, we can certainly try. The first thing I need to do is write it down in your worktionary
Okay.
so you can study it.
Yeah.
So I don't know how this works. I'm just gonna start writing down a cantrip in his worktionary. Which one do you want to learn?
I don't know the words that you use to call them that, but the one that makes people clean or the one that makes fire. What is the word?
Well, we can do produce flame or
I know how that works. That's a pretty good, easy one.
prestidigitation.
That's the word. I heard you
Yes?
say that before.
Prestidigitation.
What does that mean?
Well, there's a literal meaning for that word, right?
Prestidigitation? Yeah.
I don't know what it is. I don't know the real life word meaning for that word. It means
It's kind of a synononym for conjuration.
Yeah.
It's a magical.
Apparate something out of thin air.
Parlor
It
tricks.
means apparating something out of thin air. Magical conjuration. You can clean things. You can light a small campfire.
What does apparate mean?
Look, what after you learn the spell?
Okay.
I personally,
This is the rest of the episode.
I learn a bit better by just doing, and so you'll just have to follow that.
Well, the way you cast spells and the way Lily casts spells seem very different to me.
That's true. I might not be the
You,
best
I don't
person.
understand so much. Lily, I understand very well.
Do you?
Well,
I find the way that she casts spells extraordinary.
oh
It
yeah.
comes from her soul, from her being.
Yeah, it seems to make sense to me.
So lucky. I have to study the words on the page and do diligent practice.
So there are different types of casters then.
Of course. James gets his from another deity, another power. Druids get theirs from nature and plants and animals and,
Where do paladins get theirs from?
well, they make a vow for their power. And it's not quite the same or as powerful as perhaps a cleric who gets their power directly from a god, or so it is said. But are you interested in that? And
Well, it occurs to Ugo that I am smarter than I think I am,
of course you are.
because you all tell me that. And I find that if I'm not killing something, I'm not very useful. And I want to be more useful.
Well, of course you're useful.
Well, besides getting angry and killing things, I'm very useful at that.
Yes. Well, I can't argue with wanting to learn a little bit of magic.
No.
All I can teach you is how to learn magic from a book.
I kind of have to learn to read to do that first, huh?
Can you transcribe? Can you translate what I say into Orcish?
Yes.
Okay. Maybe,
I can write Orcish.
Okay.
Yeah, real easy.
Maybe we could work together to transcribe. Maybe that's another word for the book. Prestidigitation
Yeah.
into Orcish.
Okay.
Yeah?
Yeah, we'll try that.
Okay. It's at least a start. If you want to dabble in magic, you'll at least have one cantrip under your belt.
I haven't said this to you, but I mean it and I want you to know it. I love you, Fahima.
Oh,
You make me understand things I did not understand before. And I am sorry, when I first met you, I thought you were a child.
I am, sort of.
Are you?
I mean, I guess I'm 18.
That is not child in
Not a child
Orklands.
anymore.
That is adult in Orklands.
Am I 19? How long has it been? I had a birthday. I don't know.
Am I here? Oh, you were talking to someone and it wasn't me.
I was just thinking out loud.
You matter to me, and I am sorry if I have ever made you feel like you did not.
Oh. Well, we've gotten in our fair share of arguments, Ugo, but I think that's just because we both have fiery tempers.
And I think of you as equal.
Same.
That is why I am so eager to have fiery words with you.
It feels good.
Thank you for teaching me.
Thank you for teaching me as well, Ugo. I love you too.
The next several hours of watch is slow going.
Yeah.
Your patience is sometimes even put to the test as Ugo attempts to give you the Orcish word. Some of the things in the spell don't have an Orcish word. There is no, and you have to try to explain to him what even the concept is, and Ugo is struggling to even figure out ways to translate it. But you make some progress, and you get some things down in Orcish, in your Orctionary, that give you more of an understanding about what the process is to start creating these things. You don't have a spell, you don't have...
Yeah, for sure.
But there is something that you're kind of getting an insight into what Fahima does to create magic, and that fascination, that that mystical nature that seems so inscrutable, perhaps maybe is ever so clearer. Just baby steps, but you're getting an understanding.
Great.
Next up.
Middle watch me.
Yeah, so let's roll perception checks. James, you have advantage from Dwarven Plate, but it is countered by Grim Fated.
But I will use, thank you both of you. Embrace the pain from confusing Wookiee. Play when your advantage is canceled to get a +2 bonus on the roll. So,
Okay, this is your solo?
Yes,
Ooh.
and that is a 22.
All right, so
Yeah.
you are sitting alone as the fire crackles and the pot bubbles and continues to boil. Each person, each new group taking on watch, takes out some boiled meat and puts in some new boiled meat as it is a all-night process. The aroma wafting through the tiny hut, through your campsite. It is the smell of cooked meat that permeates this area. It's delicious smelling. And as you go through the night, you definitely hear noises of animals moving around, birds in the trees. Nothing that alarms you, nothing that makes you feel unsafe. You're secure in the knowledge that you guys are shrouded in this illusion. But this forest is full of things.
Active.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I will use the time to be looking through my Book of Shadows. And with Eyes of the Runekeeper now, which allows me to read all writing, I think there's more of the book that starts to become clearer. And there's sort of a shifting of pages later on, as if things have changed or morphed. You and I spoke about this.
Indeed we did.
Is your special warlock thing?
Yeah, even the spells that you know are more liquid now. It's as if the book itself is no longer anchored to being one thing at any one time. It's the words, you can sort of sort the spells as needed, as you desire day to day.
The later pages seemed almost gibberish for a while, and now some of them are seeming clearer and clearer. So that's a long way to say that I will be able to swap out one spell a day for another warlock spell after a rest, and as long as it's at the same level of a spell I have a slot for.
So every day, James can be a slightly different spellcaster.
He just does his Sudoku in his book.
That's right.
Yeah.
So I did the Monday crossword. Yes, yeah.
What do you see in the book? What's the spell?
I'll tell you later.
All right, so your watch comes to a close. Is there anything else you wanted to do?
I think since I still have not had the chance to do it, I think I will test and cast the ritual of Phantom Steed.
Right.
Finally.
This is the spell that you discovered inside Calcutta Thieves' spell tab. Oh, no, this is the one that fell out of your book. Yes, indeed.
And you're doing that when Fahim was asleep? What the heck?
Sorry.
I want that spell. I want it.
So you sit down in your watch, confident that you are safe in this moment, and you start ritual casting, the first time conjuring the steed that is created as you like it to be.
A large, quasi-real, horse-like creature appears on the ground in an unoccupied space of your choice within range.
So describe to me the creature that you imagine.
I like the idea of it seeming to be made of shadow and smoke, and then someone referred to it like, I'm not a Pokemon guy, but a black Rapidash.
I'm not a Pokemon guy.
But which is
Oh,
like
man, we're getting, like,
a black,
blues in the chat
black
right now.
smoky horse
Right.
with almost like blue flame,
Love it.
blue or purple flame for its mane.
Great.
And that's what I'm picturing.
Okay. So it's almost as if the smoke that's wafting from the campfire swirls around you, spins around your form, and then as it makes sort of a figure eight, comes out in front of you, in a space in front of you, and the smoky wisps form the outline of this shape, this beast, this horse. And as the smoke hovers there in the air, not even a real form yet, but just sort of the outline of a steed, all of a sudden its feet catch fire with blue flame. And that fire trails up the side, and almost like someone painted the ground with gasoline, and it starts to spread up and around that outline of smoke, and the smoke billows and fills out the volume like a bubble. If you put smoke inside of a bubble, swirling and filling out that form of that beast. And as it gets up to the head rises and the mane billows out in blue flame, and the eyes open blue and swirling. Oh. And you see this steed, and it turns its head to you and bows.
Hello there. I'm not going to go for a ride because I'm on watch, but I will get on its back and sort of trot around the camp on it.
All right.
We wake up for our watch.
Yeah, no.
Sitting on an epic horse.
Hello. This is my horse, I guess.
How long does it stick around?
An hour.
What else can it do?
It has a running speed of 100 feet.
Wow.
And
That's
can travel.
faster than the Achira.
Yeah. And then it gradually fades after an hour with giving me 1 minute to dismount. That's very convenient. Yeah, if it takes any damage or I dismiss it, it goes away.
Any damage at all?
Yeah.
So it's just for transportation mostly?
It has 1 hit point, basically.
Yeah, it is not a living creature. It is not a real creature, and yet you still feel a sense of complete devotion to you, and it will follow your every command.
It's a little unsettling.
I'm not sure that James has ever been a writer.
No.
But you somehow feel that every intention that you give this thing, it will follow. So even though you don't feel particularly comfortable in the saddle,
right.
There is no sense of lack of balance. There's no sense of being unsteady. It's almost an extension of yourself.
Okay. Great. This is weird. Yes. Hi, Lily. Hi, Siv.
You guys walk out and he's sitting on the back of this burning, flaming smoke horse.
Everything's fine. I just wanted to lead off with everything is fine.
I have lots of questions, but I would like to say, whatever this is, it suits you.
Thanks. It's I'm getting used to it. Anyway, and I'll dismiss it.
And the smoke dissipates, and you like drop down.
I just gotta drop down. Right. Sorry. Almost like I've been caught a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No need to apologize.
Very impressive.
Thank you. Hopefully it'll come in handy.
Can you create more than one?
No, sorry.
But
But others can ride it. It doesn't. It follows my command. But others can ride it.
So if someone gets injured, they could ride on the horse.
Absolutely.
Does it have a name?
No.
You know they're going to name it something.
They did an excellent job with digits, so I will leave
It's
it
a
to them.
conjuration.
Again, it has no mind, so whatever.
Well, that doesn't mean it can't have a name.
Very true.
Maybe go dream about it.
I definitely want to know what the Watchers of the Time stream
I'll think about it. In fact, I'll put it out to the, I'll ask the amulet maybe.
By the way, we're getting lots of love. Dresden Dark, Thackeray Binks, The Brush of Tie, Meep Made Me Do It, Civ, Red Thistle Fan, and others. Thank you for the...
Thank you.
Smoky McSmoke face.
Thackeray
Smoky McSmoke's fake. No, I will not.
All right, so you guys have swapped your watches, and you guys are taking the last leg of the evening. I need you to roll perception checks for me. Civ, you have advantage from Falstar, but it is countered by Grim Fated. Lily, you have advantage from Dresden Dark.
Thanks, Dresden Dark. You rule. And I need it.
That one.
That one?
No.
Oh my god.
Civ.
Well, luckily.
Wait, why is it always you?
I am very distracted.
How's yours, Kate?
It's fine.
Okay.
I got a dirty 20. That was so hard for me to say.
Okay, so you guys sit at the campfire as James retires into the Vardo, and it's the two of you at the campfire.
That's why I'm so
And
distracted.
Civ is perhaps not
She's actually
really-
keeping watch, and I'm just like,
creepy.
I'm not a threat.
oh, yes, no, I know.
Okay. You're looking at me like.
I just, I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
Did you like the song at all?
I did.
You did?
Yes.
You just didn't say anything. So I thought perhaps it was,
I'm sorry I didn't maybe have the reaction you would hope for. I just, I did like it. It was beautiful. And your friend was amazing.
Yes, Bunny is very talented.
Yes. And clearly, you are amazing too. As your words.
Right. Well,
was-
I just shared my poetry with her, and then she wrote the song.
Not just. You put a lot of work into that.
Yes, I suppose I do.
I just was a bit taken aback. And,
You were surprised?
yes.
Oh.
Not that you felt that way, because you've been very clear with me, but perhaps that you were going to say it to everyone at the bar?
Well, I wanted to be more honest. I'm trying to be more open.
I appreciate it. And in hindsight, I wish I would have perhaps said more in the moment.
I see.
I'm sorry if I made you feel bad.
No, no, I became very distracted by the fact that Ugo disappeared.
Yes.
So I had other things to take care of.
Yes, a lot of surprises that night.
Right.
But I did like it.
Good,
I did. And I appreciated it.
good. There's more to the song.
Oh.
I got you something.
Is Bunny here?
No, Bunny is very far away.
Amy!
Although that would be impressive. No. No, there's something that I acquired that I meant to give to you, and then I chose not to because I didn't want to upset Ugo further.
Okay.
But if you want it, I can give it to you now.
Well, I don't know what it is.
It's just a gift.
All right. Generally, I like gifts.
So Civ reaches into his vest and kind of searches around, and he pulls out a little pouch. And here you go.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Now Jessica's sweating.
It sounds like money.
Well, they're worth a lot.
Whoa.
Where did you get this?
I bought it in Marsh.
In Marsh.
Right, with some gems that I acquired in Winkberg.
It's beautiful.
They're garnets.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
I do like it. I'm glad you didn't give it to me then. I probably wasn't in the best place to accept it.
Right.
Do you mind if I wear it?
Yes, I would very much like that.
Is it too flashy?
No, it suits you perfectly.
I once was told that garnet actually goes well with the color of my eyes because they're kind of opposite on the color wheel.
Yes, I thought they might match your freckles.
That's sweet.
And as you're sitting there, looking into her eyes, sit with your natural one roll. Literally, a badger walks by your feet.
Can I grab it?
Yeah, you just clocked it the whole way. Yeah. It scares you for a second, and it was just a badger, but it completely unawares walked into the campsite, walked up. You grab it for a second.
Do you want me to take care of that?
No, did you really not see this?
I'm afraid not.
I'm afraid I might be bad for this. This watch might be a bad situation.
Yes, well, hopefully the illusion holds up and we don't have to deal with any death squads.
The badger's probably as big as you are, by the way.
I'm gonna pat it on its back and send it on its way. I don't want it to die.
It awkwardly sniffs the pot on its way back. Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Depressing.
Mama. Oh, yes.
Out there. Stop it.
I was sleep talking.
Dreaming about some milk.
Fahima's always gonna be there.
I'm dreaming about Sanelka.
Got Sanelka
What?
on the mind.
Kiss on the mouth right now.
She's the lobster from The Little Mermaid. He's the girl. All right, so is there anything else you guys? I tried to ruin them.
No. The badger was great.
Yeah.
No.
So yeah, that you kind of are there with it sparkling in the moonlight, your dress and your eyes, and the rest of the watch after the badger goes by uneventfully. But as dawn breaks at the last bit of watch. Well, before that, we're gonna do cards because we have a bunch.
Oh my god.
What? Jeff?
Civ has 2 cards.
Okay.
One from Ashjor, who says it's their first force of good ever. One from Dresden Dark.
Thank you, Dresden Dark.
New bottle.
Yeah, new bottle. Always, yay, Dresden Dark. Of course, we love you.
Jump into this.
Yep.
Jump in.
Oh. Lily's Hydration Cure.
Oh.
A water pitcher filled with Lily's Hydration Cure, and that's copyrighted, appears.
TM.
As an action, a character may drink it or feed it to another character to heal 1d12 hit points.
Nice.
And cures 1 condition.
Nice.
Snap, poison, frightened, etc. That is awesome. That is a really good
That's very useful.
first force of good
Well
card.
done, Ashjor.
And from Dresden Dark, I could do this all day. If the player is knocked prone, they instantly jump straight up, negating the being prone effect. Wipe their mouth and say, I could do this all day.
Fahima, I already gave you yours. You have 1 force of good, right? From Don't Hate Fahima.
Don't hate Fahima. Yeah, don't.
Yeah.
Stronger together. A dagger appears in your pack, which you can use as a bonus action. Roll a d6 and write the result on the card. So, am I missing the d6? I am.
Green one?
No, I got it. I'm using the green one. 2, come on. The dagger, add the result to the regular 1d4 attack of the dagger. I also have another dagger card, so this will be fun. The dagger now slips from you and into another member's pack, determined by roll. They add a second number to the card, increasing the damage further. Repeat. The dagger disappears when all party members have attacked with it at least once, or when any 2 numbers on the card are the same. So after I attack, I'll pass it?
After you attack, you pass it, and then they
All right.
roll. If they don't roll the same number you rolled, then it keeps going.
Cool.
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 I
All
got
good?
3.
3?
Yes.
Yep. 1 from Angel Devilson and 2 from Robin Up.
Oh, thank you, Robin Up and Angel Devilson. Okay, first one, a little instruction, please. You're really not sure how to do this. It just isn't your thing. But you know who's actually good at it. Maybe they'll help just this once. Have another character make 1 skill or ability check for you using their role and modifiers. No card help for them. That's good though. Civ, I'm going to use that for stealth, most likely. This one matters. Quiet, please. This roll is a make or break. It matters. Before Jeff tells you whether you have advantage or disadvantage on this roll, announce you're using this card. You focus with a laser intensity on the job at hand and roll in the box with advantage. All other distractions fade away, and all disadvantages from any source or condition fade away and are disregarded.
Wow.
Cool. 1 moment. And lastly, Tabaxi Traxi. You were submitted foot lotion. Made from the saliva of sugar-crazed hummingbirds collected at the peak of a feeding frenzy and a sprinkle of our patented magic enhancer. When applied to the pads of the feet, doubles all walk-run movement for 1 turn, but requires a DC 15 Dex saving throw to stop where you intend. Failed save slides an additional 10 feet and incurs damage if you hit an obstruction. Warning, do not use near cliffs, ledges, or caldera.
Oh my
So
god.
insane.
Okay, great.
Wow.
Are you good? All right. Each of you got 2 as
Oh
well.
my gosh.
Ago, you have 1 from, both of them from the Wookiee King.
Nice.
Wookiee King!
Lily, yours is from Angel Devilson and Dresden Dark.
Okay.
All right, not a meep. When you have a meep, you don't produce a peep. When you use this card, any player within 15-foot cube of meep may instantly succeed on a stealth check.
Nice. It's useful.
Cool. Giving is getting. you really want to get this person on your side and you aren't above bribery, buy a +1 in your next persuasion check for every 25 gold you give the subject of your persuasion. Must announce bribe and amount before rolling the check. Must be your own gold.
Oh.
You have 0. So that's fine.
All right. From Dresden Dark, I have Mr. Fop's Magic Mustache Wax. You receive a small container of gluey wax-like substance. Use it to give yourself a luxuriant handlebar mustache, even if you don't grow facial hair. Ridiculous? Maybe. But your self-confidence is obvious to all. +5 to 1 charisma-based save or check. BFFs from Angel Devilson. As best friends for life, you may choose one of your companions to replace a roll you just made. However, they get to roll the die because what are friends for?
That's cool.
All right, so as the watch ends and dawn breaks, you two and everyone hear bang! Massive kaboom. Kakoom! Everyone startled to wake at dawn. The dwarves even are up.
I'm bolting to the Achirai so that they don't.
They
scatter.
are definitely dazed and crazed.
I'll help
and
them, I'll help them.
Yeah. So both of you guys roll animal handling checks, please. Civ, you have advantage from Beard Me Strength, but it was countered by Grim Fated. Fema, you have advantage from Z-Man 9018, but it was countered by Tyra Stormblade.
Got a lot of disadvantages stacked up here. Animal handling?
Yeah.
Oh wait, this is
You only have one,
straight
yeah.
roll. 18 plus animal handling.
Yeah, maybe. I'm a 13.
All right,
+5.
Civ, it takes you a bit longer. You're trying to run around. Pancake seems quite crazed and causing a ruckus, knocking things over, and unwilling to take the bit, get into the harness. As periodically, it's a ways between these sounds, but kakoom!
Ugh.
It sounds like the biggest artillery shot you have ever heard, and it's thundering. I mean, birds fluttering out of trees. It is far in the distance, but it is kakoom!
Donk, Humerian, do you know what that is?
I think it's cannon.
Yeah.
I think it might be the cannon.
Are we able to tell which direction it's coming from?
It's coming from up the road toward Dalto Thum.
Do I know if dwarves have cannons, or are orcs the only ones that? This is more.
There
like
is artillery is not something that is absent from battle, but the size and sound of this is so far beyond
anything
you've ever experienced on the battlefield. It seems like it is that cannon that you witnessed so long ago, or at least something that size would be the only thing that could possibly make that kind of noise. So that sound punctuates every few minutes. That giant kakoom. And it is, I mean, it echoes through the mountains, through the trees. Every time the birds flutter and fly, you hear rustling of animals. You know, they're all scared by the sound. And
Humry and Dunk, do you think if we continue to take this road to Dalto Thum, are we going to run into the army, perhaps sieging the city?
We might. We know a way that can get us around that might not be quite so populated, but we must be quiet and we must be careful.
Big enough for the Vardo?
Perhaps you might want to abandon it in a few hours. I don't know if we'll get all the way up the mountain with it.
If we get close to this place around the side, is there still going to be dwarves there, or are we going to be able to sneak around all of them?
We'll try to get past as much as we can. We don't want to be caught either. We'll have to take it as it comes. I can't guarantee we won't run into armies.
If we do run into dwarves, is there some way we can perhaps get past them, persuade them not to get in a fight with us?
what do you think, Hamrian?
Orcs or dwarves?
Dwarves.
Oh.
I don't know. I'm scared.
Do you know what Azers are?
Sure. Sure. Heard of them.
Do you respect them?
Respect them.
Yeah.
Whoa.
I mean, they're sort of fire dwarves, aren't they?
Right, but Azers are not civilized creatures.
Why do you ask, Fahima?
Oh, just as a potential distraction, as a potential parlay.
Is there a dwarf in Dalto Thum, in the world, that maybe is still living or has passed that people really respect?
You said your father?
My father's still living, yes. I respect him. I don't know how much he's respected by many, but he's a good man.
What about Dondo?
Nana Kregana would be quite respected. We should get in touch with him very soon.
Right.
I think perhaps we should get a move on. I'm quite nervous.
Okay.
I'm harnessing the Achirai to the Vardo and getting in the driver's seat, but I would like to ask the two dwarves as we're jumping in the Vardo, if we were to disguise ourselves as merchants or perhaps an emissary from Winkberg, would that mean anything to the dwarves?
Well, I don't think that we're in the business of talking to merchants at this time. It's war.
Right, but they wouldn't attack us if they thought we were
No, they wouldn't attack you. No, we're not savages like his kind.
All right.
No, he's right.
Well,
Perhaps, maybe a better plan would be to say your sellswords come to help the war effort. I don't know. It's your call. We should get a cover story for sure.
Not a lie either.
Start.
Wouldn't emissaries from Winkberg be more important because Winkberg could send troops?
Right. It's worth a shot.
So if we said we worked for the Duke, would that go further?
Perhaps the trade route's been down for weeks, months even.
if perhaps we said that we were merchants and we had maybe, I'll go just for the sake of getting past the front, stay in the Vardo, hide.
Oh, you don't want them to see him, no.
Yes,
Oh, you have your helmet as well.
we'll just have two people in the front as the
Right.
merchants.
We can try
You
it.
can hide too.
I'm scared.
Do dwarves, I would probably know this actually, being a sellsword at one point. Do dwarves hire non-dwarves to fight?
They certainly have in the past.
I see.
Yeah. You don't know about this particular situation, but they have in the past for sure.
I can disguise myself as a dwarf.
Fahima,
Right.
can you polymorph me into human?
Honestly, I tried. I tried, but it seems it's only beasts, unfortunately. Humans are a bit more complex.
Maybe we could turn you into a... No, I mean, it's only going to last an hour. I think we should, I mean, maybe, put your helmet on. It's best if we, and maybe put gloves on or something.
Well, if they're
Let's-
willing to hire sellswords, we could pass him off as almost any race as long as we disguise him enough, give him gloves and the helmet, and
These are gonna be a problem.
wouldn't the helmet cover that?
Didn't think about that.
Again, maybe we can have everyone stay in the Vardo and get past that way.
Well, someone's going to have to do the talking.
And if they're smart, they're gonna check inside the Vardo when we come inside.
Right.
Well, I can be pretty persuasive.
Yes.
That's true.
I was hoping that you would be the one that would do the talking.
Yes.
Perhaps you could help disguise me too.
I could try, yeah.
Okay.
We should get moving, though. I feel
Right.
like
I'll go
it's getting...
pulls out the helmet and slips it on.
Well, we may not
All
be...
right, so this is a card that if you take it on, you put it on, you cannot take it off. Right.
Or if I do, I can't ever wear it again.
Right.
Okay.
So this metallic helmet that covers your entire face, tiny little slits you can see through. It is complete covering of your form. You get going, and the Chirai are spooked. Luckily, you have that loyalty feat, but they are spooked every couple of minutes. Cocoon in the distance, and you start winding. You start gaining elevation, and that beautiful autumnal forested view that you had, that area of browns and reds and oranges in the trees starts to transition into evergreens, and you're gaining elevation. The path is winding, and at a certain point, the dwarves kind of indicate a way to get off the main road, and this is a several-hour journey of the day, but as you continue down this road in the Vardo, hearing periodically that barrage, that thunderous sound echoing, disturbing any kind of peace in the area. There's a calm, and then kakoom
Do
every
we
few minutes.
see anything? Do we see anything going up in the air?
No, not yet. But as I said, you're going up the mountain at this point. You are really gaining elevation, going on winding roads, winding pathways off the sort of main trade route that was a little less windy and more direct, and onto a a path that is more difficult and probably slower, but less well-worn, and the orcs keep pushing you farther and farther, and at a certain point they say, you're gonna have to make a decision if you want to keep...
No.
Sorry.
No.
What decision?
We're not leaving the Achirai.
All right.
What if we leave the Vardo and take the birds?
Okay,
I know I can ride Pancake.
Why can't we take the Vardo?
I could.
It's going to get difficult from here.
The road
You
is
might
going
not
to
be able
narrow.
to travel as quietly and unobviously as you might.
The thing that I'm worried about is these Achirai, they're domesticated, right? They're not going to be able to survive on their own.
Right.
But we are putting them in danger
Right.
by taking them with us. So
Can I see from where we're at and looking up the road, does the road like get treacherous? Does it narrow? Or is it, or are they just saying this because we'll stick out more?
That's what they're saying.
I see.
They're saying that we're
stealth
getting into a
thing.
hot area here.
I see.
This is where either we're going with the plan of being in the Vardo or we're not. And that's what they want to decide. Want you to decide is: are we taking the Vardo or are we not taking the Vardo?
I could cover them at least for a day with my spell again.
How much further?
It's not far now.
So if we were to go by foot, how long would it take?
2 hours tops.
oh, okay. Then they're left here for who knows how many days till we come back.
Maybe at least we'll know, and then if we have a chance, we could come back. I could again give them somewhere to hide.
Boom, boom.
Do they have enough food for us to leave them here?
Yes, there's plenty of badger. I'm not worried about that.
Right.
I just want to make sure that nothing is going to find them.
Can they fit inside the hut?
It only lasts 8 hours. I don't know how long we'll be gone.
But your illusion,
4 hours, yes, a day.
I think that's probably our best bet.
You don't want to ride them?
I very much do, but if we're going to go with what the dwarves are suggesting, which is to sneak in 15-foot tall birds and a giant Vardo is not my idea of sneaky.
Yeah.
All right. But I want to take the egg.
Okay.
We can put it inside of the bag of holding if you'd like. It doesn't need to breathe, does it?
No.
Well, it's a baby.
But it's an egg.
Right, but it might get
fine.
shattered if it's outside of the bag.
Yes.
So
you want to hold the bag of holding.
Big egg.
Uggo was fine in the bag of holding, so does that mean an
He
egg
held
would
his
be fine?
breath.
Yeah.
He held his breath?
Yeah,
There's no air in there.
there's no air.
But it doesn't need. It won't be in there for 12 days or 10 days or however long.
Right, but if there... Sorry.
I don't think an
if
egg
there's no
would.
air.
Yeah, I don't think an egg would survive in the bag for a long
Oh.
period of time.
Got it.
I don't think you should take it then.
Well,
We
I'm...
can hide it very well here.
And I think that a Chirai could probably protect it pretty well,
Good
too.
point. Good point.
They have had babies before.
Can we lock up the Vardo?
As much as possible, it's open.
We should hide it under trees.
Yes, of course.
Brush.
James, can you communicate to the birds? Can you tell them to protect the Vardo and protect the egg?
Yes. I don't know if they'll listen, but yes, I can certainly try.
Recall that James is the only member of the party that does not have a good relationship with the birds.
But
If Fahima and I are there while you're talking in their heads, perhaps that will be enough.
okay.
Actually, there might be an alternative plan. If someone attacks the Vardo and the Achirai, sets it on fire, whatever, if the Achirai are set out to protect the egg will be found.
What about your
But if I
skull?
bury it somewhere,
Oh, yeah, I have it here.
It's still around, right? I mean, it's deteriorating,
it's starting
but
to
it
get
but
bad.
it still works.
As far as I know.
And I can leave the spyglass here as well.
I'm gonna start
Keep an eye on
covering
it.
the Vardo with like branches and try to stow it as much as possible. And then
The
I'm
dwarves help you.
gonna put the Achirai behind the Vardo. So if somebody were to come up upon it, they would find the Vardo, but not the birds. Like the birds would be behind it.
Okay.
about
Yeah.
25 feet away from that, I'll create kind of like a covered nest area for the egg.
Okay. So you're gathering. Why don't you do a survival check for me, both of you?
And I'll cast hallucinatory terrain around the Vardo.
Fahima, you have advantage from Snebu Gator, but it was countered by Lambent Zerker, and Civ, you have advantage from TK421, but it was countered by Grim Fated.
This is
We also have a bunch of balloons from Cold
Survivor.
Candor, Lord Vandermeer, Helicopter, Chaotic Brain, Uggo Dumb Thistle, Damon 7, and many others. Thank you all. I appreciate
everyone.
that.
17.
So I am going to, because this is kind of an important roll, I'm going to use twinning. Can be used when 2 or more people make a roll of the same type at the same time. Choose one of the results, and everybody's roll becomes that roll. So I'm going to use her 17 so that we
Doubled up to 17.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So you were able
that's
to.
Caliph.
You're able to pretty deftly find twigs and bits of leaves and branches and put together a fairly large nest, for lack of a better word. It's more of a just a padded area of cobbled together brush. But you place the egg in it, and Pancake immediately starts circling it and then sits down upon it, squats down upon it. And the other birds seem pretty comfortable here.
I'm gonna feed him the badger too, so because I don't know when we're gonna be back, so I'm gonna try to get him as fed as possible.
Down it in a couple of gulps. The Vardo is now fairly well covered with brush and looks to be as well hidden as you're going to be able to make it in this spot off the road.
And I'll cast the illusion.
Okay, and again, 10 minutes, as they're working, also illusionary branches and leaves grow all around. So it's
Sights and smells, everything, making it as inconspicuous as
yeah.
possible.
So it really does look like just a wooded area.
But I will leave the spyglass sort of like security camera style in a corner of the Vardo.
Great.
Yeah, I'm
I
gonna leave
know-
the skull underneath one of the beds.
All right.
I know this is scary, but I think they really are safer here if we're gonna try and go into this town.
If we're going into a battlefield, yes.
Cocoon.
Let's go.
All right.
It's just our fault they're here. So,
What?
it's our fault they're here.
It's a responsibility, I know.
The dwarves beckon you around and you start your hike. About an hour in, you come around and the path now is narrowed. Because you chose not to take the Vardo, they've really taken a walking path that would have been impossible to take something that large and the Ichira themselves. And you are now really mountaineering. You're really coming up this path. This isn't how people would normally approach Dalto Thum. It is much more a single file kind of pathway. Rocks and stone. Shrubbery is a little less common here. And as you come around, you see a waterfall splashing over the side of the mountain, coming from much, much higher than you, splashing multi-levels, coming down, spraying you with water and mist.
Meat flies right through it.
No, not again.
And you come around this bend, and it's coming almost over the top of you. It's near you so much that you can feel the water. And as you pass the majority of the water, you look down and you can see the pathway that you had been on down below you, the wider pathway, the road. And there is, you hear, huge army of dwarves, armor, walking in formation. You can see them, you can hear their swords clanging and clattering, their armor, they're very well armored. Plate mail, big helmets.
Banners?
Banners of Dalto Thum.
What direction are they
Banners
heading?
of Cragborn clan.
Are they heading away from the city?
They are heading away from the city, but it doesn't seem like they are moving with urgency. It seems more like a patrol or a movement that would bring them, into a different position. They're not charging into war. They're just. But you see this entire mountain that falls out below you. Just this huge number of dwarves.
Mage armor.
Uggo, do you keep scouts who are not seen?
What?
Do you have scouts that follow army that are not seen?
Scouts are usually ahead of them.
Yes, sometimes you keep them in secret on sides so
Right.
they are not flanked.
Right.
Should we be watching for hidden dwarves?
Probably. We weren't ever in the army. We fled. We don't know all the exact. Yes, we'll try to guide you as best we can, but
Just to be clear, if we do run into a dwarf before we get into the city, what is our story?
I was thinking, now that we no longer have the Vardo, that we could be refugees seeking asylum.
All right.
We could say that we were attacked by orcs and we need...
And we were sent to see Dondo?
Right, we came from Winkberg and we were attacked on the road and we needed to seek shelter. We were heading to Dalto Thum and we need shelter and help.
Really, we just need a story to get us into the city
Yes.
and to get us to Dalto.
Right.
Hopefully that will be the hardest part.
James, if the discussion goes poorly, do you have something excellent?
You know I do. I'll go. Quietly, like away from the dwarves a little bit. I have a hunch the next few hours, maybe even the next few days, are going to be not very easy for you. We're going to have to ask you to keep a cool head.
I will do the best I can.
Okay? We're here for you.
And if anything goes wrong, I'm making you invisible. And you can't attack while you're invisible. Or you'll reveal yourself.
Yeah.
Now listen. I hope what comes out of this is that we are able to reveal you to these dwarves, and that they will see what you want them to see, which is that you are as good as any of them, and that you are honorable and not a monster, okay? That is what is going to come of this, I promise you.
I'm taking out some of my disguise kit, and I'm gonna start passing items out to everyone so that we look a little ragged.
Rough and tumble.
Right. You know, the stuff that I was using before when we were in Turles and we were trying to pass ourselves off as ruffians and thieves.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, along
Same kind of
those
stuff.
lines.
I also have a disguise kit.
James,
Right.
you also noticed that Ugo's hands are shaking.
I'll go.
Oh,
If you get nervous around dwarves,
Okay.
you can use a strategy that someone once told me for performing. You just picture them naked.
huh.
It disarms them.
Gnomes
kind
are
of
very
s-
strange.
It's a very silly thing, and then they're not as threatening to you.
But don't laugh at them.
No, it does not silly make me vomit.
Right.
Okay. Well, it works for me.
Okay.
Do you think of us naked sometimes?
No, I don't get nervous around
Please
you.
don't put that out there. I don't want to even entertain.
So
We had a song about the nature of our relationships.
That's a concern.
as you continue on your way, the path gets even more difficult to. It's clearly not a way people usually get here,
Are we able to see the city at this
not
point?
yet. It's kind of above you. You're kind of coming in from underneath it rather than going up the rise that the road would lead you into the gates. So you've eschewed that route and gone up and are sort of coming up from underneath.
Are there high walls surrounding it? What?
You are not able to see it. It's just a
Okay.
mountain above you at
Okay.
this point.
Yeah.
I chink. And I'll put a rope out behind me so if anybody wants to hold on and...
Yeah, I mean, this is not something that...
Is it that steep?
It's that steep, and it's not something that the dwarves are going to do with you.
What do you mean?
They're not going to get on that rope with you.
If you want to go ahead and keep an eye out, we'll continue on this way.
Oh, I see. So there's a road that goes up and around, and then there's a sheer surface that goes straight up.
You're against the sheer surface. You're on a narrow, like a hiking trail almost. It's very. It's not something that cars or artillery would go down.
But that road that we're on, is that steep? Or is that kind of like a winding?
No, you're able to walk up it. You're
I
able to
see.
continue going, but the wall that you're against is sheer.
I see.
I thought you were talking about climbing that.
No, I misunderstood. I
Yeah,
thought
no,
the
you're
whole thing
no,
was-
you're able to
Okay.
keep walking up. It's just you're now realizing that this is a steep mountain hike,
Right.
With as you walk, rocks crumbling and you can see them
Okay.
come down.
Then I'll
on the
just
way.
be first in line
Yeah.
without any weapons out, but my claws out, so that if there's a chunk of rock that like breaks away or something, or if there's a
Right.
big boom and there's debris that comes down, I can just grab onto the side of the cliff.
Great.
Yeah.
I'll try and stay close behind him in case we do run into someone so I can intervene.
Okay.
Lily, that's a beautiful necklace.
Oh, thank you. I'll tell you about it later.
It's quite good craftsmanship.
Also, Jeff, I would have left the saddle behind.
Oh, Lily's saddle. Yeah, okay. At a certain point, the donk kind of comes up to you and says, "You scared, orc?" I am. I'm very scared. And I'm relying on you.
Same.
Don't let me down, orc.
Same.
You keep going. And as you get to the crest of this path, waterfall still ahead of you, but rushing, and you've turned back and woven in and out of little inlets in the mountainside, and you get up, and there clearly is a shelf here. You're the first person?
Yeah.
You get to that point, and the dwarves look at you and go, "Shh." And you hear sounds of movement, sounds of metal against metal. And Civ, you put your hands on the top of the shelf, the stone and dirt there, and you get on your tiptoes and you look over. And that's where we're going to intermission.
I knew you were going to do that. I knew it.
Such a tease.
All right. We've arrived at Dalto Thum. Big stuff coming. So we need you to stick around for the second half.
Please.
Lord Araban is going to take care of you. But first, we are going to do some cards because we have a bunch of cards. So, Civ, you have a card from Youngblood.
Sweet, thank you,
Fahima,
Youngblood.
you also have a card from Youngblood.
Thank you, Youngblood.
Go ahead and read those.
Blef Blenada's Bluff Buffing Blessing.
Oh, my goodness.
Oh my goodness.
Hey, wait a minute, there's more than one of those in that deck.
They're different.
A holy light emanates from the amulet and grants plus 1d8 to any deception check. Yes! Perfect timing. If you can say the name of this card 3 times fast without a practice run, the bluff check isn't automatic awesome. Blef Blenada's Bluff Buffing Blessing. Blef Blenada's Bluff Buffing Blessing. Blef Blenada's Bluff Buffing Blessing.
Oh, yeah!
So angry at myself right now.
So right at the end. That was good though. That was fun.
Mine's called Magic Cylinder. You hear a laugh from the other room as Lord Araban's magic cylinder reverses the effect of Milo's bowl. When you would receive a force of evil from Milo's bowl, declare, "You activated my trap," and instead make Jeff draw a DM force of evil card.
Yeah, I don't like that one.
I like it. I like it.
All right, James, you have 4.
Yeah.
Youngblood, Scully is my homegirl. Joker 38, and Scully is my homegirl.
Thank you so much,
Wow.
Scully, Youngblood, and Joker 38. I'm flattered. The fourth wall, viewers submitted. Making a snappy comment to camera, you summon a 5-foot thick invisible wall between yourself and a point within 100 feet. It lasts for one round.
Nice.
Ranged attacks reflect off the wall at a random character on that side. Anyone trying to cross the wall takes their strength and force damage. May not be summoned between characters in melee. Nice. Meep's Revenge. As like Meep was attacked in Shantytown, so is one enemy of your choice. As a bonus action, 3 magic missiles fly out of the amulet at any enemy of your choice, dealing 1d4 plus 1 damage per missile, and as each missile hits, it creates the sound Meep.
Nice. Nice.
Lord Araban Hammer. Viewer submitted. A creature of your choice said something you didn't like in chat and gets muted for 1 round. Lay down the banhammer. Cool, okay. And lastly, Phoenix, spelled F-A-U-X, Nix. Viewer submitted. The next time Meep is targeted by an attack, the card holder stoops down and hastily makes a fake phoenix from whatever they find nearby and then throws it into the air.
What?
Roll a d6. On 1 through 3, the attack hits the Phoenix instead of Meep. On 4 through 6, the fake is too easily identified and Meep takes the attack.
Oh boy, she has 8 hit points. I hope
Copy.
you get that.
Yes, you have 2 from, 1 from Youngblood and 1 from Fallstar.
Youngblood and Fallstar.
Lily, yours is from Youngblood and KR Forget 93.
Awesome. Thank
Amazing.
you.
Elephant of Surprise. Next time you start combat, you may activate this card. An elephant falls from the sky and lands on one enemy of your choice.
Whoa.
The target takes 2d4 bludgeoning damage. It's a small elephant. And if the target size is medium or smaller, they're also knocked prone.
Cool.
Force of evil. Hey, wait a second. A force of evil pops out of the amulet when it should have been good. The amulet apologizes for this and makes the force of evil affect your enemies instead.
Nice.
Draw a force of evil card and apply it to an enemy of your choice.
That's
Nice.
nice.
So do you do that now?
No, he'll do that.
Yeah, I do it whenever I decide to use it.
Oh, okay.
All right. From Youngblood, I have Granny's leg up. Roll any die. If even, Granny's phantom leg gives you a swift kick on the backside. Deal 1d4 of damage, but lets you move as if dashing for one turn. If odd, Granny's leg kicks an enemy with the same effect. So funny. KR Forget 93, life is gain. A ring-tailed lemur appears in a bright flash from the amulet. He does a little dance, swishing his tail, and apparently likes to move it about. After his little dance, he vanishes as quickly as he appears, exploding into sparkles. Player feels his groove, gaining 1 hit point for 5 rounds. He or she is in good spirits.
Wow. How do you think of these things?
I also
Seriously,
got a
everybody.
force of good from TK421. This is Jeff Needs Solidarity.
Why
It's a
aren't
viewer
you at your submitted-
post? If you were submitted DM Force of Good, Jeff is tired of being the only one left out. So for the next entire combat, all the players must roll with their left hand. If the DM catches you rolling with your right hand, you will have to re-roll that dice with disadvantage.
That's
We
hilarious.
lefties have to stick together.
That's hilarious.
All right. So, like I said, we're going to intermission. We'll be back on the flip side. Lord Airvan's going to take care of you. See you soon.
On the flippity flip.
Flippity flop, flippity flop.
Flip flop on the flip flop.
Flippity floppy flip.
Cannot believe I couldn't get that tongue.
Ah, yes. Fear not, watchers. Our campaign will continue after this brief intermission. Right now, it's time for us to enjoy each other's company. And I would love, for just a moment, ooh, Goofy, you're there, BK, yes. I would love to extend my welcome to you and yours. I hear you have 80 wonderful humans along with you. At your party Dream Blaze, I'll deal with you in just a moment. All right? I hear that you have a wonderful group of people with you who I assume would all love to come to my ASSS. Is there another S in that? Milo, can you check, please? I think there's 3. I'm not 100% sure. I know you would love to come to the party. So, if you could just do me a quick favor, Goofy. Just let me know what they're all saying right now about me. I.e., are they in having me be the Lord? Or would they like Milo to be the Lord? I get the name. I understand it. I really do. And I think it's a fun, wonderful little name, Milo's Minions. But ultimately, he is a minion, so he can't really have minions. And really, I would love to have you all come to my party. So, what'll it be? Who's your lord? Come on, say it. Say it. Spurt, you're invited. I know you're there. I know you're there. Goofy, come on. I don't see anything from you. I'm worried you haven't heard me. Ereban is my lord. Joker, you're invited. Follower Fahima, you're invited. Everyone is invited. Except for the few that know you're not. But hold on. You can still redeem yourself. But I do want to see. Where is my good man, Goofy? BK, I know you're there. Speak to me. Use the @ symbol in front of my name if you have to. I'm waiting for your comment. Oh, don't worry. KR. First of all, I don't have to regret anything. I'm more powerful than all of you by a long shot. So I'm always in the clear in that regard. But I won't forget. I'm doing fantastic, Soviet Potato. We vote for Lord Milo now! Goofy! KR, forget, you and Goofy can stay home on the night of the ASSSS party. You and all your friends, it's over! I'm done with this! Milo, come here. Look at me and look at me in the eyes very deeply. Look! No. Look over here. All right. I want you to go on to this chat, in this chat that you're looking at right now. Yes, the one that's on right now. I want you to go in there and I want you to tell everyone that you are not a lord of anything and that you are my minion and that you will always be my minion and that they cannot be your minion. Do you understand? Go type it now. I'll see you in 4 minutes. If you're back and I haven't seen it in the chat, I'm going to be upset. KR Forget 93, listen. The bottom line is, every time at this point that you use Milo's bull, do you understand what is happening? You're giving the little man a heart attack. Quite literally. IRS agent 2464. Absolutely. That is why you're invited. Lord Milo, where is your party? Ergo dumb thistle. There will be no Milo party. It is Lord Ereban's party. Ereban's super special shindig. Get it? There is no MSSS party. Or shindig, whatever you want to call it. Many ambulances have saved Milo. Listen, Goofy, I really want to change my opinion on you right now and your friends, but you're giving me a very hard time doing it. All you need to do is just say, Lord Ereban, you are the greatest lord I've ever seen, and it's over. You're all invited. All 81 of you. Because I imagine it's you plus 80, which makes 81 if I'm doing my math correct. Oh, goodness gracious, what have you people done? Lord Milo's party is not going to happen! Milo's minions, Lord Ereban, you can be a Milo's minion too. All right. What can I do? How do I get through to these people? AS Sweetheart 18, you are so invited. You have a +5 to the party. Welcome. Yes. Jedi Prince, listen. I don't need deep breaths. KR Forget 93. Did you forget your brain when you came into this broadcast? What nonsense is that? You've just killed him! Do you not... What is not clear? What is not clear about this situation? You're telling me that he is your lord, or something to that degree, yes? How is it possible for you then to kill him? You have no lord anymore. I don't think I can stay here. Producer of the show. Hello, producer of the show. Are you out there? It doesn't make sense. They all want Lord Milo, but he's a minion. He's my minion. That doesn't work. Oh, Brook 84, how I wish you could come here and say that directly to my face, and I would demolish the brains from your skull. I mean, I'm sure they'd be delicious. Sir Gage Milo for president? What is going on here? This has run amok, this show. You people are making a very bad decision. Oh my goodness. Music Man, me too. So can we not all just get along and just agree that I am Lord and Milo is my minion and that's it? All right, so now we're getting Ereban for president. I don't want to be president. I just want to be the Lord. Lord Ereban. Lord Ereban equals weak sauce. All right, Celestial Giraffe. Tell you what. What level are you? What level are you? Tell me. Okay, you can be Lord Ereban and he can be King Milo. Brandon, what happened? I thought we were friends. What happened? It doesn't make sense. Dream Blaze for Milo's champion. I think I've lost them. Yes, that's what's happened. Milo, good job. You have won my position. You are now their lord. Good luck. I hope you do a very good job, young boy, man, whatever the hell you are. I hope you enjoy having someone who cannot speak a lick of English or anything else speak to you before, between, and after. After. I can't even speak anymore, the show. Because that's what you're going to get. You're going to get Milo. Are you happy? Okay, Sir Gatto, I could not be less impressed with you. It's already run by Milo. I hate hearing these words. I hate everything about this! This entire thing is driving me mad! But I tell you what doesn't drive me mad is telling you all about the digital items. Let's do it, eh? All right, so here we go. Remember, there are 7 unique digital items that can influence the game. Don't know what they are? Well, guess what? I'll tell you. By the way, Vanderslice, between you and I, yes, there are a few issues. Specific insecurities, but we'll get into that later. All right, here we go. Show love. That's our celebratory item. And now, blue balloons. Send love to the team whenever you want. Look, ages 13, change box. I'll go dump thistle. They're doing it, you should too. That doesn't mean KR forget that you should give a Milo's ball. That's not good. Why are they blue? Very good question. I don't know. But I love the color. All right, here we go. The next thing you could do is you could give the gift of advantage. That's the star. That is also the ability to roll 2 20-sided dice at once and take the highest number. That's good for one of our players. The opposite, however, is if you're feeling the players are having it too easy, which I believe many of you are. Ooh, change box. You're giving a disadvantage. That's exactly what it looks like, a red card, like one you would give to Ronaldo. Cristiano Ronaldo in a soccer match or football if you're not from the Americas. Now, in that case, if you give a disadvantage, what happens is any advantage they have will be countered. And if they don't have an advantage, well, they will roll 2 20-sided dice at once and take the lowest. After all, you know, life is pain. Didn't Uggo do such a good job of that earlier? Also, you might take pity on the adventuring party and have a player draw a force of good card. That's the little chest. And those are the cards they get with the little black symbol of the dungeon run on the back. Those are good. Alternatively, you could give a force of evil card. Those are the cards with the holy mackerel ale. Grim-fated. I don't know what you are doing or where you are, but you seem to be my newest and most favorite friend. You've just given a force of evil to Uggo. And that's one of those cards with the red back. It's always very bad. Hey, Damon 7, check it out. I don't like you, and you're not invited to my party. So, good luck getting your invite, because it's not happening. Yes? Good. Now, here we go. I don't mind the gate. Listen, let me answer the question from Branded Nerd right now. I'm confused. Does Lord A want to give them FOE cards or not? I don't mind what happens in the game. As long as you love me and treat me as the Lord, we can do whatever we want inside the game. But the minute you freaks want to be Milo's best friends and you want to serve Milo, that's when everything goes out the window. Oh, goodness gracious. Now here comes all the words. Fahima gets 2. Queso Gatto, well played. Milo Cronstar is my minion, a very small, very swarthy, very nasty little man. I don't even know if he's a man or what, but he is a minion and does not deserve any of the accolades that he is getting. All right, continue on with these digital items here. Now, the force of evil we talked about. Okay, so, look, I'm not a flip-flopper, Branded Nerd. I'm not. I simply just want you to love me. Is that so hard? Thank you, Chef. When you buy a digital item, please specify which player at the table it is for, or I will make the choice for you. Good? Everyone agree? If you don't, I don't care. I'm still doing it anyways. Also, it's on you. You can purchase an IOU, and when you do, it will light a candle. Thank you, Changebox. Perfect. It will light a candle, and when the goal of 20 candles is reached, a Force of Good card will be awarded to a random member of the team. Remember, those carry on from show to show, so if we don't fill out the full 20, we will continue with the number we currently have on the next show. Also, does anyone else know what else you could possibly get on this show? Don't do it, just say it. Ah, t-shirts, yes. Oh, goodness gracious. Ooh. I forget. I sometimes wonder, does it feel good? Does it feel actually good to do that? No, not that change box. Milo's ball, what Chaos Forget did. That's awful. You've killed him again. But it doesn't matter because he's just going to come back to life and be everybody's lord. So wonderful. Milo's ball, don't touch it. Leave it alone. Trust me, it's bad for me. It's bad for you. It's bad for the party. It hurts, 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 hurts. The only people that should want it to happen are Queso Gato, Grim Fated, and maybe, just maybe, whoever else likes to pose pain. That's right, IRS Sergeant. Well played. Just don't touch it, please. Oh, goodness gracious. I feel like I'm sweating up here. Milo, spritz, please. I need to cool down. I like annoying you. Does that count? Dreamblaze, yes, you are absolutely annoying. Every show, you make me want to jump off a large pedestal into an ocean of hot tears. I perhaps am Vanderslice, but I've been doing this for many years. I'm 120 plus years old. Give me a chance, will you? It's not sweat, it's radiance. 13th Watcher, you have a VIP pass to the ass party. That's ASSS. Ereban's super seductive. What the hell did I call it? I forgot the name of it. Super special shindig. That's it. I would love to listen to all of your problems. All you need to do is express your love and your allegiance to me, and we're all good. Everyone here can be happy and go to the party. Even you, Dreamblaze. Simply say it in so many words. I love you, Lord Araban, and I don't think Milo is as apt and or the right choice to be Lord ever in the history of Lords. Do you get it? I mean, you don't have to write that entire thing, but you get the idea. Perfect, 13th Watcher. Sturmrunner, yes. Changebox, yes, I can repeat it. Here we go. I love Lord Ereban. I believe Milo is inept in every possible way, except for being Lord Ereban's minion. Done. Vanderslice, you are not invited. Yes, yes. Is the right Lord in this timeline? Is not the right. I see. Yes. Very well done. Very well done. Repeat after me. I am over 300 years old. Silly? I don't know how to say this, but I don't think you're invited until you change your words. I love Lord Araban. I believe Milo is inept in every way except for being Lord. Changebox, no, that's not going to cut it. Lord Araban is a dominant, and Milo is his subjugated, is submissive? Yes. Correct. Lord Ereban is the most annoying. All right. Someone please send a handwritten note to Random Guy that he will, in fact, never be invited to the party, no matter what I say. Even if I recount the lack of invitation, I would like it to remain intact that he is never invited. Simply done. Paladin D20? I want to give you a second chance. Just say, I love you, Lord Ereban, or even I love you, Lord A, or even L.A., I love you. You could even say Los Angeles, I love you. Dreamblaze? Yes! Dreamblaze! You're invited! Ha ha! I love this. Okay, we're getting a few here. Oh, I'll go dumb thistle. No. Vandermeer, you're invited. I don't even care if that says Los Angeles. You win. Lower Alabama, I love you. Lord Grain, fine, I'll take it. Yes! Music Man 77! You're in! Woo! This is the greatest day of my life! I love paying for love. It's the greatest. For Jeff, get him, DM. Carson, good. I like it too. A force of good for a DM, which is essentially a force of evil for the team, but you get the idea. Sonny D, you're in! I'm poisoning Milo again. Fine, go for it. I love it. Lord Erban, awesome. I love this game. I will stay on this show for the rest of time with all of you. But I promise you, the next one of you that wants Milo to be your lord and says it out loud will cause me some serious aneurysms. Woo! I love it, IRS. Keep it up. Brandon Nerd, what did we just say? Shogun of Harlem, what are you doing? Lord Araban, my husband, might get jealous. Fine. You don't have to say I love you. Just say you're the better one. Just say LA, great, love ya. Or fantastic work, LA. Yes! There we are. Why are you starving my Yorpamin? I'm not! I promise you I'm not starving him. I gave him 4 Snickers earlier today. 4! Do you know how many calories that is and how many he needs? He only weighs 17 ounces. Really? He doesn't need that much. That's way too many calories. Listen, Jedi Prince, I don't want to take anybody's wife. I promise you, except for maybe Amy. But that's a whole different story. Holy macaroni! Slepogator. All right. Milo, do me a favor. Milo, tap your foot if you're still awake. All right. EMT man, please go do the thing you were doing earlier. Yes. I don't know, pressing on his chest or whatever. Yes, he's not breathing. He's not tapping his foot. Oh, Slepogator. Okay, so you've killed Milo. Congratulations. Just another thing we'll have to do here on this show. Lord Milo is better than you, Lord A. The thirst is real, Burr-Eyes. I promise you, the older you get and the closer you'll get to your end, the more you'll thirst for it. I guarantee it. I'm 120, and I'm probably not going to make it many more. So, you're hearing a real desperation here. Milo's minions, Supreme Leader Milo killed Palpatine. Now you're mixing genres, Goofy. You can't just do that. I mean, you can, you did, but you know. Rhaegar, you're invited. Just change that squiddy to LA. I don't even care. You could say luscious attire, if you will. It doesn't matter. Just don't call me squiddy. I don't like that. Fine. Brush of tie. I like it. So say we all, Lord A. Vosh, yes, yes. +2 for you. BJ, enjoy your +3 to the party. Brandon Nerd, yes, I am. Is that so wrong? Please. D&D Gid, welcome, welcome, welcome. Are we back yet? Are we ready to go? It looks like they're all talking now. Look I see Jared Kajak, I see Rogden, I see whom else? Well, I do see Rogden twice. Oh, Brooke 84. That hurt. As a matter of fact, I want to stop this entire broadcast, and I want to say the following. Brooke 84, that was the deepest and most hurtful thing that has ever been said to me on this show. Really, truly. Lord A, and you didn't even say Lord, you said Laura, but I'm assuming you meant Lord, is a poor man's Squidward? Poor man's Squidward? How? How is that possible? All right, KR, forget you. Wonderful, you are right. Good. Then I'm going to send you back to them. It turns out they're ready to go. Fireflame, last question. Are you bringing the hive to the party? Nope, there will be no other lithids at the party, except unless some of you are lithids and want to come to the party and promise to still have me as your lord. That's fine. Okay, great. Everyone, thank you so much for being here. I do want to thank everyone who has shared the show tonight. If you haven't, I ask you to please do so. And finally, remember I'll be joining you in your social conversations around the game. So, please, without further ado, it's time to rejoin our adventurers.
Stick in the water.
And we're back.
Hey.
We're not alone.
Sticking around. We
have a
are
map.
not alone. I want to thank folks that gave us love during the break. Superman 0903, Joker 38. Oh, Superman and 903 and Joker 38 needs to have a DC battle. Youngblood, and then some weird image stuff is getting in there. Avamir, Diana of the Night, and many more. Thank you so much for the love. So as we left off, you guys were coming up to the entrance of Dalto Thum, the city in the mountains, and you are coming up not the usual way. Civ, as you peered over the precipice, a tumbling waterfall in front of you, spraying you with mist, you see a narrow bridge leading down a pathway that is peopled with dwarven guards. This is the approach to Dalto Thum. Back this way, behind here, as you see, there's mountains continue to rise up this way. This is a giant facade of a mountain. In it is an enormous crack down the side, a fissure that rises high, 150 feet up the mountainside. This is the entrance to Dalto Thum, nestled in an inlet, in a defensible position, is what this is. As you look up the surface of this waterfall and see, really the pathway only has one narrow bridge that leads through the main road. But you notice, Civ, looking up beyond this way as this waterfall rises up the side of the mountain, you can see just the crest of your vision, sluices up there that seem to be able to control the flow of the water.
Like they have it dammed?
They have it, yes, not dammed per se, but there are sluices that can open and close that can control the flow of water.
So they could flood the bridge if they need.
They could flood the bridge, or during times of heavy trade, they could dry the bridge and allow much more access to the road.
Very handy.
Yes.
Nicely done, Dwarf Jeff.
This fissure, this. Thank you. This.
Dwarf Jeff.
This fissure that exists in the side of the mountain is filled. It's a marvel of dwarven engineering, this entire structure. This is what appears to be a natural-looking crack, although you don't really know. It appears to be filled as if someone, squirted caulk into a crack in the windowsill with bronze. A giant bronze gate.
Wow.
Up all the way up to 150 feet of the crack. And that bronze is intricately decorated. It has images of dwarven faces, of forges, and what looks to be spectacular creations lost to history. These images of magnificent weaponry and things that have been forged all make up the facade, this giant bronze gate that is closed tight, that exists in the fissure in this mountain, all the way up to the top. It glitters and glistens in the sunlight. You are in the shade of the mountain here, an inlet. But even as you sit there on that rise with the gushing waterfall in front of you, you still hear periodically that ka-koom, and you feel the mountain rock as if it's being pummeled.
Okay, so something's hitting.
But it's not hitting here. This is sort of a protected inlet, but the mountain itself was getting pummeled with enormous artillery, and you see dust and bits of rock fall, and the whole place shakes, and the dwarves seem to be talking intently and searching, not searching, but patrolling, and there is a level of agitation among them that you can sense even from this distance.
But this is the only entrance, right?
this is the only entrance.
Are we able to see the top of the door? Is it a parapet where there are people looking down at us from the 150 feet down?
No, it is a solid surface of bronze that is decorated with
Runes?
yes, runes and images. It's what's the word, like stamped,
Embossed.
embossed. Yeah, that's better.
Like the history of the Dwarven people is on the walls.
Not really. I don't think there is it's not like hieroglyphics or anything. It's not a tale being told, but there seem to be, it's very austere and presented, these grave Dwarven faces that it's as if, sentinels protecting the dwarf that are giant but clearly Dwarven, and images of very imposing things that you can associate with what you would find behind those doors. So it's not telling you a tale so much it is sort of advertising for how awesome they are. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
Sure. It's branding.
Yeah, quite literally. Yeah.
Ugo's like, seems like they're trying to something.
Closed? Open? Is there a
The
crack?
doors are closed.
Totally
the
closed.
bronze doors are closed, but there seems to be, the army that you had witnessed clearly marched down this road, this direction, and down and around, and is heading out. And this is a small contingent that, is charged with sort of staying out in front. And
Is there any one dwarf that's giving commands?
very much so. In fact, as you see what you see, Homrian says, do you see him? Nort Gaboon.
What does he look like?
He's going to be the commander. You'd know in a second. And indeed you do. There is one dwarf at the back who everyone seems to be deferring to and asking, and he's pointing and barking commands, all in Dwarvish, by the way. I don't know if anybody speaks it.
No.
But at this moment, everything that is being said is in Dwarvish.
All right.
Read it, but I can't.
Are you saying all of this to us? What you see?
Whispering, I'm probably just whispering it to you because you're right behind me, and even with the loud crashing, I don't think I want anyone to spot us.
Friends, it looks like there's only one way in,
Yes.
which is through them.
Right.
And I feel like our best chance is the refugee strategy.
Yes.
Sell swords or no?
I was thinking we were just traveling from Winkberg up to here and we were beset upon.
I was going to perhaps say I'll disguise myself as my grandmother,
Okay.
because she's pretty endearing to people, and say that I'm an old friend of Dondo.
Okay.
Sure.
I can be rather convincing as well.
I just wanted to be said that I don't like all the lying that we're doing, but I understand that it's necessary.
Yes.
necessary.
I don't either, Uggo.
I'm worried about, and I point to Humrian and Donk.
They shouldn't come.
I don't want you to get dragged right back into conscription.
What do we do?
They could protect the Vardo.
Or we could make you invisible.
Or they could protect the Vardo.
I can only make one invisible.
I think it would be very important to have at least one of them with us inside because we don't know how to get around. We don't know where Dondo is. We don't know anything about the inside of this dwarven fortress.
Could you make both of them invisible?
I only one.
Okay.
Donk, Marion, what do you want to do?
Yeah.
Oh no, I can. I
I
can.
don't know.
Sorry, I can't scratch that. I can.
Okay,
All of a
great.
sudden, Fahima's like, oh, wait!
What can you do?
Yes.
Flipping through. I can make more than one creature invisible.
Oh,
Casting at a higher
at
level.
a higher level,
Yeah,
yes.
yeah.
We vowed to be of help to you, but I don't know how we can do it. I can try to have a parley with Nort. He was our commanding officer, and is everybody's commanding officer. I don't know if he'll let us through. I don't know.
What do people call him in there? Nort?
Field Commander Gaboon.
Field Commander Gaboon.
But his first name's Nort.
His first name is Nort.
Okay.
We need to pretend that we don't
Perhaps.
know them, though, if we're refugees.
Well, I might know them if I'm an old friend of Dondo.
True.
Can you look like a dwarf with your disguise kit?
I can, but I don't speak Dwarfish, and I think that would be a bad idea.
Good.
What if you were a mute and you could only write it down?
I can't write Dwarfish.
We,
I was thinking of the comprehend languages spell, but that doesn't mean you can write
we
it.
need Lily to be the one talking on our behalf anyways.
Okay.
What if we were sent by priest in Winkberg?
Chalmers.
By the Duke.
Yeah. Or by the Duke to see
Duke
Dondo.
will- I trust the Duke to
We
back
would have
us
to
up.
change
if we
our
need be.
disguise to emissaries instead of refugees.
We talked about
Be-
forging a
we could
letter
just
as well.
be messengers.
Didn't we talk about forging a letter?
Yes.
Who's good at that?
I
could
think
try.
if we're refugees and we say we're an old friend of Dondo and we're here to help,
It's worth a try.
Yes.
I don't think it's gonna hurt us.
Let's keep.
The worst case is they're gonna turn us away.
Right.
We're gonna have to find another way in.
Let's
Right.
keep Duncan hungry and invisible, though.
Right?
We don't even need to bring them up until we get word from the dwarves that they're not going to harm us.
True, but we need them once we're in the city.
Yes, I'm saying Lily and I could go up there, speak with them. Once they give us the go-ahead, then we could call to the rest of you and you could come up with us. If we all just start marching toward them, I think they will be
Yes.
more apprehensive.
Is this
I just
gonna-
want to I want to be clear that we understand what the scene is right now. You guys are on a very narrow
Yeah.
pathway,
Right.
with a sheer cliff below you, and you're kind of got your backs against the thing, and there's a waterfall here. There's an army above you, and you all are just, you're whispering down the line and, and talking.
Alright.
Just to be clear how this is working.
I think we need to move. So
What's a refugee?
Someone who's running from something.
Someone that's trying to escape the war.
Ah, gotcha.
Yes.
I'm just going to not talk now.
Coward and weakling. Gotcha.
Okay.
Last time that didn't turn out so good. I
so we're from Winkberg. Let's just have that clear.
Right.
All right?
I just want to ask you what you're doing about him. I know he's got the helmet on, but if you're asking them to trust you, to just let you in the city,
I can make
he's going to ask you to take your helmet off.
I can't take it
I
off.
can make 3 of you invisible.
Okay.
It'll be a lot, but
So how
I can
about
do it.
this?
For an
Civ and
hour.
I will go forward, and once we get the word that hopefully it's all right, I'll say I have 2 more friends. But really, there'll be 5 of you.
Great.
But,
Why don't we just turn Uggo into some creature?
right.
I can do that as well.
She can't do invisible and turn someone into a creature at the same time.
Technically, I can with the amulet.
I think three invisibility is probably the safest bet.
Also, are there protective magics?
No?
You don't think that they might
Oh,
know that
protective.
invisible people are coming inside?
Right. While this is happening, I'm rubbing dirt on me, trying to make myself look as messy and downtrodden as possible.
Very easy to find dirt and mud here. I mean, it's
Yeah.
a slick, wet surface that's easy to grab. Some
I'll even
mud.
take some of the badger and rub that on me as well, like the guts and what have you, so that I look like I've been through hell.
You've really gone all in.
Although even if you're invisible, stay close to me, please. I can get us out of there.
Okay.
Be careful, it draws flies.
Wait, wait, this water must flow into the city at some point, right? Maybe we could sneak in through the sewers or something.
Can you make us swim?
Well, we know we're quite adept at water travel by now, right?
I mean, to be clear,
It's a waterfall.
that may very well be the case. You could find sewers, but the water you're seeing, this waterfall, is coming from the top of the mountain. It's not coming
Very
from
harsh.
inside the mountain. Just to
Right.
be clear.
Let me just try to talk to them.
Okay, yes.
All right?
Yes. You and you two.
Sewers plan B?
Yes.
Yes. Plan B, we go to the sewers.
Or maybe there's a waterfall that flows right into it.
Plan C, kill everything?
No, that's plan ZZ.
Double Z.
Just tell me when that's
Okay.
just tell me when that's the plan.
I'll hide Meep in my coat.
I'm gonna, before we go up there, I'm gonna return of Dufo from the candle. You find in your sack of holding a perfume bottle with the label Dufo Hymns Persuasion Perfume. By using this perfume, you gain a +5 to charisma checks, but suffer a -5 to stealth checks for the rest of the episode.
So the
Where's the
funny thing,
episode?
it's very funny to me that you're basically doing the opposite of what Civ is doing.
Yeah,
It's like
yeah.
rubbing guts, and you're like,
It's fine. I can actually
okay,
pretend
fine.
to be your servant.
Yes.
Very well.
So invisibility, is that what we're doing?
Not
Well,
yet, but we're
wait.
letting them go first.
Okay.
All right, what's the plan?
I'm
Tell me
going-
what's
That's what
happening.
I was asking.
I'm gonna grab all of Lily's stuff and put it on my back so it looks like I'm essentially her Sherpa.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna help her up
And I'm
onto the bridge.
disguised like Grammy.
All right, so you guys come climbing out from beneath the wall, and immediately dwarves rush up.
State your business!
Hello.
Who are you? How do you get here?
Hello. We're just a few refugees. I'm looking for Dondo.
Turn back, we're at war. Go,
We're here to help.
get Gaboon.
And you see, parting, walking with these three other dwarves. The fourth one comes to get him. This contingent of dwarves, all heavily armored, all in metal, save for this guy who seems to have been barking orders. This dude is in pelts, leathers, tight, strapped boots that go up to mid-thigh, wrapped tight, gloves wrapped tight. He's got on his shoulder a skull that clearly has two tusks coming out of it.
Whoa.
It sits on his shoulder, and a bandolier across his chest that is full of tusks. All of them notched, carved into them. Things, an entire bandolier full of tusks on the front and the back. And he has on his hip an axe, on his back a bow, and he walks big. He's got a black beard that's cut into square, real tightly cut, like right angles. And he walks, he's got a helmet on that has horns on either side of it, and he walks very confidently, everyone deferring to his authority, and he walks straight up to you, and he goes,
What's your business here?
You have grown.
What?
Look at you. Look how much you've accomplished. Oh, Nort.
I love it. Love it.
How do you know my name?
Dondo speaks highly of you.
Oh, she asked about Dondo Krigana. Dondo sent you.
Well,
What is your business here? Turn back. We don't want what you're selling.
Oh, you're so strong and scary now, Nort.
I start shaking and he's yelling. I'm like playing. I'm gonna play up that I'm cowering.
Don't
I
be
wanted you to
afraid.
roll a deception check.
Also, I'm gonna say it with flowers, so which is +3 to persuasion roll.
Okay.
Which is basically.
I mean, you haven't really tried to persuade him of anything yet, but
Okay.
you can. I mean, I'm sure you're going to. So
Yeah.
let's roll a deception check first. You do have advantage from Hazimus, but it was countered by Grim Fate.
Oh wait. Wait, I think I have something for that.
Do you keep them in your roll box?
Well, the ones that affect my roll, that's how I keep.
We're each coming up with our own methods of keeping track.
So you appear
No, I
like
don't.
your Grammy right now.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, yes.
Good.
Okay. Yeah, 19.
Great.
So 27.
Good God.
That's like a Civ stealth check.
Wait, I'm sorry. Which check were you? Let me make sure.
That was deception.
Deception.
Deception. It won't be quite that high, but 26.
Come on.
He sees right through you then.
You're slacking off. I'm sweating out gummy bears.
I know.
He leans in and he sniffs you.
What is a beach gnome doing here? How'd you get so far inland?
Well,
Ma'am, explain yourself. We're at war.
I know, and I understand that you're very busy, and clearly you're doing a great job. Everyone here respects you.
Hey,
We are but a band of refugees. I have a few other friends with us.
refugees from what?
Winkberg.
Refugees from Winkberg.
Yes,
What was happening at Winkberg?
Well, I don't know if you heard, but the whole town was in a bit of chaos.
No.
The Duke got turned into a duck.
What?
I know, it sounds crazy. Almost as crazy as you growing up to be a war leader, but here you are.
How do you know me?
Well, I remember you from when you were a baby.
You knew me when I was a baby.
I didn't know you so much, but they said you had great promise then.
Who said?
Dondo.
Kriegina.
Yes.
What?
I'm gonna, when he starts to like get a little confused, I'm gonna drop to one knee and act like I'm wounded.
Okay.
Yeah.
He nods, and a couple of the other dwarves lean over.
So,
What's wrong with you?
sorry. I was hurt by the orcs.
Roll a deception check.
I'm using Bleflanada's buffing blessing. Could have been an awesome, but I couldn't say it.
What do you get instead?
Nice.
I still get a plus D8 to my deception.
Nice. You have advantage from TK421, but it was countered by Grim Fate Head.
Of course.
Yeah, get that extra D20 out of your hand.
Come on.
Okay.
Not too bad. So that would be a dirty 20.
Nice.
Okay.
This man's my help.
And they lean you up, and they're looking over your body for wounds.
Listen, we were in Winkberg, and we're here to help. Dondo said you have been in a hard time. It's at war.
Help? How can you help us?
I don't know, bodies.
One of the orcs points at the scar on your
Dwarf,
face.
you mean?
Sorry, excuse me, dwarf. Points at the scar on your face and looks at it.
You're here to help us, that's right?
In any way we can.
What would you like in return?
We need safety.
Safety. Shelter.
Shelter. Right.
Winkberg has returned to normal for now. We weren't much help there.
King Thorbrand has explicitly told us not to let anybody in. Yeah.
Perhaps then you could just have us escorted straight to Dondo.
To Dondo.
We have things for him from Winkberg.
Yes.
What things?
Gifts.
What gifts? Speak. Tell your
Sorry.
boy to...
He's injured and he's scared. You're very intimidating.
You're blaming right, I am.
I know.
I take out what money I have, and I put that out, and then I set down like what weapon.
Dondo Carrigana, what's your coin? It's what you're telling me. You come only swear.
The orcs took some of it. They robbed us.
Orcs took it.
Yes.
Listen,
In Wakeberg.
Melvin here is a great fighter.
Spies the weapon on your hip.
Hey.
He looks scared because he is, and he looks hurt because he is. It's been a long journey, but he will fight. We are here to help. I can heal.
We do need fighters.
Does anyone here need a wound healed? Do you want me to prove my loyalty? I will.
I can use a wound healed.
Come over here, sweetheart.
Walks over and he holds out his arm, and it's got a big gash in it.
I hurt it on the rocks.
On the rocks.
And I'll do that, and then I'll give a little kiss. Does it feel better?
The old lady's got magics.
So perhaps we're not the strongest bunch, but I have a few more back there who are a bit scared to come with me.
Few more, you see.
2 more.
Aye.
Listen, but they also can help heal. We don't want this war to continue. We want this war to end. I think you do too, Nort. Excuse me. I'm happy to call you by your new name, Commander.
I don't remember meeting any beach gnomes.
Well, I don't think we've met when you would have remembered.
You know my mother and father then?
No.
No. You just came upon me as a baby.
I've heard about you.
Aye, heard about me.
Yes. You had great promise. Have you heard of Bingle?
Everybody's heard of Bingle,
Everyone travels there.
right?
We hear all the stories.
You heard stories of me in the vacation town.
Yes.
What are they saying?
That you hold great promise. And to be honest, I forgot about it. But now that I'm seeing you, it makes sense.
Roll your persuasion check. You have advantage from change box, but it was countered by Grim Fated.
Grim Fated, what are you
Grim-Fated,
doing?
get away.
This is not a good time, Grim-Fated.
Okay.
What was it?
Oh wait, did I have a persuasion thing?
Yeah, you had
Yeah,
your
plus
Dufo.
Say it with flowers.
Oh wait, okay, so +3. So
What was it? What was the roll?
now it's a 30.
Whoa.
30.
Cold-blooded. Why don't we just
Thanks,
let
Mickey
Lily
Wolf.
do everything?
We just killed it. Try to hurt her and then let her talk her way out of everything else.
Or just hang back. And
I think even at that point, I'm convinced. It's just saying,
Like, I thought we brought Lily.
At that point, they're like, you got orcs? Come on in. Just come on in.
I mean,
30.
no, never mind.
All right. I'll take you to Dundoo Carigana. If that's what you want.
I'm happy you're skeptical. It shows you're a good protector.
Right.
Let me get the rest.
How many of them are you?
There's 2 more.
All right. Where are they?
They're just down
hiding.
hiding. They were quite scared. They believe in me, but when they saw how many of you there were,
Grab the refugees and clear out the path. They came up here without any of you knowing. How did you let that happen? Oh, an old lady and her feeble-minded cat. How did you do it?
we're not insulted by what he's saying. It's okay.
Literally a cat lady.
I'll stumble out.
Now we're gonna get forces.
An old cat lady.
Now we're gonna get tons of forces.
Brought
Cat
through
lady.
the army ranks. How is that possible?
If I may,
Yeah.
you said it once, and I think you don't have to explain it too
No,
much.
you have a
else
cat and you're an old lady.
It loses the effect if you keep explaining.
Sorry, I knew.
It's all right, dearie.
I like to double down on the jokes.
Okay.
I'll stumble out of the brush, looking kind of.
It's all right.
Okay.
It's all right.
Oh,
It's all right, you two.
hello.
Eh.
And she's cast invisible.
I've cast
You're
it
invisible on yourself?
No.
No.
I cast it on the dwarves and
The
Uggo.
dwarves and Uggo. Okay. So, you guys both come up?
Yes.
Dwarves and Uggo
It's
come
kind
up?
of stumbling out of the brush, but I'll make a bunch of like as if I'm lost to kind of cover the 2 dwarves and an orc
Right.
charging out of the bush.
Okay. So,
Yes. Hello.
you need to roll a stealth check.
As long as, so I have not a meep. When
Oh,
you have a
nice.
meep who you don't produce a peep, when you use this card, any player within a 15-foot cube of meep may instantly succeed on a stealth check.
Sweet.
I'm going to give that to me and the dwarves.
Nice. Nicely done.
Amazing.
Nicely done.
Wow. Okay. So, to say player, but I'll let you use it on the dwarves. You guys, Meep kind of, the amulet flashes and blink twice, and Meep kind of expands her wings, and there's like a silence that falls underneath that, and you huddle with the dwarves. They
Back in there.
you're invisible, and they kind of bump into you and recoil a bit, but you kind of hold them close. It is not a comfortable feeling for you
For sure.
to hold them under the wings of Meep, and that's not comfortable for them either. But you kind of shuffle up onto the rise, and the 2 of you come up. You both disguised as well.
I mean, I've just sort of, looked like tore my clothing a little
Yeah,
bit, looked a
same.
little rough and
Dirty,
tumble a little
soiled my visage.
Grammy, is this the great Nort Davoon that you spoke of?
Yes, this is him.
Gaboon.
Gaboon, I'm so sorry. You do seem very impressive.
I just called you Nort to be fair.
Right.
I've heard word of your accomplishments.
What accomplishment have you heard?
That you're field commander of the greatest dwarf city in all of Vine.
News
Hooray.
travels, Nort.
Right. All right. 4 refugees to see Dundoo Carigana.
That's correct.
Right. word of this spoken. None from ye, and none from ye. All of ye. I'm making the decision here.
Your trust is
I'm
well
gonna
placed.
Protect that old woman. None of this gets back to Forbrand.
And in return, I'm here to protect you. If any of your men are ever injured, you come find me, and I will help.
Right.
Men or women, sorry.
All right. So,
And I'm gonna kind of stand back and knowing that there's invisible people, let them all.
Kind of
And
like
have
I'll keep
Melvin-
some space
Yeah,
between us so
yeah.
so the dwarves and Uggo can kind of walk amongst us and not bump into.
All right,
Dwarven
dearies,
guard.
in we go.
all of these dwarves, are on alert, watching you as you guys make your way across this bridge.
I'm making as much noise as I can to kind of help out.
Okay.
Come on, Melvin. It's all right. Come on,
All right.
Melvin. Right? Yes.
Yes.
Maybe I'll like play my flute. or not play my flute, but like kind of like sing along
For
as they're-
encouragement
Yeah,
to
for
the two
encouragement
soldiers,
to
yes.
help.
This is like old ladies singing.
Was that? I'll turn to whomever, one of the dwarves. Was that cannon we heard? Was that the encroaching orc forces?
Right. I've been bombarding us all morning. I don't know what it is. We've sent a contingent to investigate, but it's none of your business.
Of course.
So you make your way down this path, all of the dwarves looking at their commanding officer, all of them suspicious, and this is highly unusual. There's no reason why any of you should have gotten this far. There's no reason why he should be letting anybody, these gates should not be opening during the day. All of them look very uneasy.
It's like someone.
During the day, is there a time otherwise
No, I
that
mean,
they would be better to open?
He's saying in general.
In general, there's no,
It's not every day that someone
4
rolls,
p.m. they open
rolls
the
a 30 on a persuasion check. It's fine.
Although they probably do have to open it to let the armies in and out.
Absolutely,
right?
yeah.
Get
But I mean, that's why
supplies
it's heavily guarded,
yeah.
and then there's an army coming
Sure.
out. So,
Right.
but this is not, and again, periodically, there's that cocoon, and the things rock and dust and rock, and you see everyone on edge. This is wartime, but you make your way down that path. The field commander looking at his men, kind of giving him a glare as they look at him, with doubt in their eyes. And he goes up to the front of this massive door, and he, kung, 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 kung. And then you hear, massive,
For the Foley work.
massive bronze doors that are 150 feet tall, cresting into this arc up the crack in this enormous mountainside. They fold in. And you see the visages of dwarves split in twain and open out. And these they must be 15 feet thick, these doors. They're incredible. They're just massive. And they open up 5 feet, 6 feet, like the smallest amount. But it is a huge undertaking to get them open that far.
Barely.
Yeah. And it's just enough for you to walk in. And he walks you in, and it is dark for a moment as the light from the outside fades, and there's torchlights ablaze in there, and you see this sort of antechamber. You're not in the city yet. You're in an area between the door and the actual entrance of the city, and it is a vaulted interior space that seems to be carved out of sheer rock with statues and decorations, images and runes. It is this incredible entrance area. torches lit all the way up. It's impossible. How did they even light the torches up in those top areas? Things lit, bits of metal all interwoven in all of it, glittering bits of gold and silver. It is staggering to behold the majesty of this reception area, this antechamber.
There's still open air, yes? Or no, we're inside?
You are in the mountain.
Okay, got it.
Like in a tunnel, basically.
Yes.
Yeah, yes. It is burrowed out of pure stone of the mountain.
And the whole city's under the mountain?
Well, you haven't gotten in, but yes,
Right.
the whole city is under.
Okay.
And there's this wide path. I mean, the doors open a little ways, but as you walk in, it's a much larger space than you walked through. It is enormous. It is a gaping cavern of splendor, really. It's like this seems like it was the original entrance to something, right? And he makes no notice of anything being amazing, right? He's just walking, just shuffling.
How do the doors open? Are there like gears or
Yes,
pulleys?
on either
Like-
side there are massive, and you see there are dwarves on either side, 2 soldiers
Right.
standing there manning it, hoisting large wheels when he made that kind of coded entrance to the knock to open the doors. They're standing there, 6, 7, 8 dwarves all standing in there, all armored. I mean, this is full wartime,
Right.
high alert. We're protecting the entrance to our city.
Fortified.
Fortified,
Yeah.
indeed. And this is a stronghold in every sense of the word. It is a place where you could stand and prevent someone from getting in.
How light is it? How dark?
It's completely dark, save for the light coming in the gap in the door, and then the torches that line this archway. And you see off to the side, on either side, there are what looks like large bows with arrows sticking out of cylinders, low, dwarven height, but they have what look like canvas covers on them and vats of oil. And what is pretty clear is that they dip those in the oil and then they shoot the torches alight. Must be a spectacular sight, them doing it, just to alight this area.
Can I spy the inner workings? Does there appear to be like a release lever or any kind of mechanism that would allow the doors to open or close without just 6 or 7 dwarves manually operating it?
I mean, you can roll a, what would it be? Engineering check. I mean, it's something that I think would be fairly beyond you to be able to clock in a moment. But it is a very sophisticated piece of machinery.
Right.
And one that isn't necessarily all easily observable in the moment. I mean, it looks like stuff is kind of built around the side and up the, I mean, you're just kind of strolling in and you're pretending to be impoverished and injured. It would be a difficult thing to grok exactly how all the mechanisms work as you walk in. But if you want to roll a perception check, you can kind of get some sense of it.
I'll at least study it. Being like a traps guy, I'll
Sure.
at
You
least
have advantage from Brush of Tie, and it has been countered by Grimfaded.
What a slow reveal.
I'm sorry, I was like, there it is.
Count that.
Perception, 18.
All right. You definitely, see, it's hard to miss, but you can also see that these things take multiple people to do anything. They're large, the doors are incredibly heavy, and there seems to be a number of different gears and pulleys that are all interlocked so as to create, the physical ability to move something that large by creatures that aren't able to do that.
Right. Leverage.
Leverage. Yes.
Can we hear the cannon booms inside the mountain?
Absolutely. In fact, they rock the place.
Is it like, is silt or even rock dropping from the
Yes,
ceiling?
as you walk in, I mean, it's periodic. It takes a minute or two between each, but it seems to be hitting the mountain that you have just walked into. And that bits of silt, bits of sand.
That's rather nerve-wracking.
Yeah, and there are certain dwarves as you pass by them that look up and take notice of all of that. But the Nort Gaboon, the leader that you're following, he's just kind of over it. You know, he's
We
just solid, walking straight ahead, leading you down this huge ramp.
I imagine if you worked and lived in the Vatican, you'd probably
Yeah.
lose its luster.
Exactly,
right?
loses its luster. Yeah, this is his job.
Right.
Is there a temple to the Candle Queen who Dondo worships? Or...
No, the Kindle Queen. And he spits. He's walking. I'll get you to Dundo, but I've got to return to my post.
Of course,
I don't
yes.
want to enter questions.
No.
In fact, this is as far as I'll go. You, go. Take them.
You've been very kind, and I will reach out and just cast a guidance on him. As we're here to help.
Right. Thank you.
Welcome.
Ma'am. I wish you all the best. Thank you. Speak no word of this to the king or his men. I'll get in very serious trouble.
I will not.
You're a delight. All right, and then you kind of, these dwarves with low helmets on, big, thick metal things. They look young. They look like Homrian and Donk. And Uggo, you feel, as you guys walk in, invisible, you feel shaking next to you, nervous, but invisible, good stealth.
Well, especially if I feel it shaking next to them, I will actually try to, like, touch them, make sure that
Right.
I know that I'm still there. And, you know, I don't imagine the shaking's going to stop, but
Right.
it's more of like reminding the dwarves that I'm there for them as they're there for me.
Big orcish mitts around these little dwarves, you know, 4 foot tall, 5 foot tall dwarves. And as your hand rests on it, you feel slightly, just ever so slightly, they kind of nuzzle into your big body, and they, you know, their shaking kind of subsides slightly. Yeah. And they're
Invisible brothers.
Silent. I mean, you're all invisible. They don't see you. You don't see them, but you're
There's
kind
just
of
a weeping
sliding.
invisible.
Yeah.
It's a good
Please,
thing no one can see.
please no weeping.
So there's two young dwarves that are leading us.
Yes.
Okay.
So, as you walk, what you see is a ramp that leads down into the city proper. And as you make your way down this enormous wide ramp, this is when Dalto Thum was at its full prominence of creating, mining, in full trade, trading with all parts of Ain over the last 300 years. There were tons of merchants that would come and go. There were tons of trading carts that would take all manner of ore and materials out of here and take them to all parts of Ain, all the western sites up to, down to Turles and down through Winkberg, even over to Bingle. I mean, this was really where precious metals and things that would be refined would come from, these mountains. And in return, they would get a lot of produce and supplies, things that you wouldn't be able to necessarily have in a mountain. And that is what was facilitated by this enormous area where things would come and go. Those doors would open and carts would pass back and forth. But as you ramp down that entryway through this cavernous entrance, you kind of enter into what is more a city proper, and the smells change, the sounds change. You still get that periodic cocoon. It's duller now in your ears, but it's like a low earthquake. Every couple of minutes, and all the people, as you start seeing more Dwarven faces, everybody looks up and, a pebble will fall here or there, but then they go back to their work. And there is a very dour pallor over this whole place. It is somber. It is, this is a wartime city. And there are sounds, ting, ting, ting. There's sounds of work happening. There are hushed tones of. There doesn't seem to be joy here. It is people hard at work, people making, people, dwarves, as you pass dwarves with carts, pushing with mounds of ore, going into holes, enormous carved holes in the side with doors on them, some without doors, in and out, levels of them, starting out very open, and you can imagine this is the entrance area would have a lot of sort of commerce and taverns and things, and later as you kind of leave that main space following these two dwarves, they're not taking you on a tour. They're not taking you to the best places of Dalto Thum. They're taking you directly to where they need to take you, which is this one person. So you kind of go off into areas that are much darker and more poorly lit, dirty, and you pass by, candle-lit windows of a dwarf just hitting an anvil, and you look, ting, 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 looks up, a long beard, women, making porridge, stirring. It is. There's no joy. There's no reverie. There's no one with leisure time. It is all making, building, preparing for war. You see carts full of spears and axes and swords just kind of thrown in on top of one another, piles of it being pushed quickly to different places.
I'll ask our escorts, how long have the barrages been going on? We started hearing them this morning, but has it been longer?
Every morning for 3 days now.
What's your name?
Not supposed to talk to you.
Okay.
By the way, Fahima, everyone, this is probably a good time to tell you that I don't see as well in the dark anymore.
Oh.
It's fine. We'll just have torches or other ways, but just something to keep in mind.
Good to know.
I'm starting to get a little worried not seeing the sky, but it'll be fine.
So, this long journey, and you're seeing all these sights and smells and sounds around you, dwarves everywhere. It is a tightly packed area that you're going into. It seems almost a little impoverished. People kind of packed on top of one another, toiling away. Dwarven women with their hair pulled back, working hard. It's just people on top of everybody, and you walk through all of this sort of silently, and you get to a domicile. It doesn't look like much. It is got a door, metal. It looks silver-ish, door with a big kind of large handle on it. And as you walk up to it, the dwarves that are guiding you go,
Dando Karikina is in here.
Thank
We'll go back to our post now.
Thank you.
Thank you. You guys are very brave.
Right?
there you go. So you stand before this door, this metal door, and it is a structure built into the side of rock. But it does feel like a home. It feels like it's kind of got a roof on it, such that it is, but it's kind of carved out of things, and it's as if somebody extruded a building out of the rock. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And there's actually even a bit of smoke kind of billowing out the top and going up. And you notice there's like ways for smoke to get routed through this place. It's an extraordinary piece of engineering, this city built into the side of a mountain, living underneath. And as you even look, there's like ways, holes in the ceiling, ways for even light to get through at certain angles, but high up. And it's, there are levels of it. There are times when as you were walking, you were underneath things and it was a low ceiling, and then times when you were in big vaulted areas. It is an enormous city.
Any symbols of candles or anything like that on the building we're looking at?
Not on the door,
Okay.
not on the front of the facade of the building.
Okay.
But you stand there in front of this silver door.
Mary? Yes.
Question two, just really quick. Did my dad spin any tales about Dalto Thum?
I mean, I think
City?
Dalto Thum is certainly a place that is well familiar to any historian.
James has read about it in many books,
Oh,
I'm sure.
yes.
So he's.
I mean, this
I'm
is
taking taking mental notes the whole way.
Yeah,
There's
I mean,
no,
this
like-
is a place.
There's no kind of like fable-esque details about this place?
What you would. Well, just roll a history check for me. You've
I'll get in
got
on that.
advantage from Henda 001 that was countered by Dreamblaze. We also have the candles lit.
Hey, I'll get in on that history check as well. by the
Okay.
way.
Get in on that history.
4.
I'll go.
Ooh, you get hit.
Community.
Oh, not history check.
I have a
Unity.
card for this.
Sweet.
Okay. Wow. Okay. This is the candle queen.
Yes, the candle.
Milo's Bolzuka. Suddenly, Milo's bowl appears before you, and instead of it hurting Ereban, why don't we use it to hurt some baddies? Roll 2d12 damage, and the enemy can make a DC 12 dex save to have it. Please remember to use the Bolzuka responsibly.
Gotta use that Bolzuka responsibly.
Hey, it's a
got it,
cannon.
you got
I like cannons.
My card is from Armando89. I'd like to buy a vowel, and I get a natural 20 on this intelligence check. I really wasn't like searching for anything. I was just like, oh, if there's any like tidbit, then.
No, you definitely recall stories of Dalto Thum that bear little resemblance to the city you're seeing.
Oh.
Mostly in tone. It's not so much the physical description of it, it's more this is a place of wonder. This is a place of commerce, of creation. There are 2 great dwarven cities, Dalto Thum and Vimdur. Dalto Thum, home of the Cragborn clan. This is your natural 20, so I'm giving you the full down.
Soak it up.
Yeah. Dalto Thum was the place, the home of the Cragborn clan, the place of ore, of metalwork, precious metals, gold, silver, mithril, even iron and bronze. They smelted, they created, and took resources from the mountains. These very same resources are the ones they fight over with the orcs. Vimdur, to their north, is the Corundum clan. They are all about gems and mining precious jewels and all kinds of things and crafting those types of materials. It is very much a bifurcated culture where you don't really find jewel crafters in Dalto Thum, and you don't really find metal workers in Vimdur, but they have a symbiotic relationship. And they share resources, they share people, and you've even heard rumors that they are connected in the vast labyrinthine underground of the mountains.
Are they relatively close on the map?
They're pretty far, so it's not like they're not like next door neighbors. But it's the entire
that's fable,
Nelrim
then.
mountain range.
So that's fable then, that they would be connected.
You don't know if it's true or not, but that's what you've heard is the rumor.
I'll think aloud, not knowing where Dunk and Humrian are, but sort of think aloud towards where they might be. I can see what, all their attention is turned towards war and away from creation, as you said.
That's right. I can't believe we're back in here. I never thought I'd see home again.
That's what we need to do.
All right.
And if we need,
This must be the right path. Must be.
I don't know how we can help any further, but
It's all right.
you've got our assistance should you require it.
Thank you.
boom, boom, boom.
How long has it been?
Maybe he's not home.
Boom, boom, boom. And as the doors open, standing before you is a dwarf with a white beard. He's wearing robes. And around his neck is a symbol, a golden ankh that you definitely have seen before.
Yeah.
As you look at it,
Chalmers.
it, as an ankh is, it has a cylindrical base and then that kind of teardrop shape at the top. And when you first clocked it on Chalmers, you didn't put it together, but now having known what Hamrian and Donk say, it looks like a candle. Golden, with kind of bits coming off of it, almost little arms coming off of it. And he has these long robes. He doesn't look like he's dressed to go out. He opens the door.
Hello.
My eyes get really wide and I look straight at the ankh.
It's golden. It looks identical to the one that Chalmers pulled out of that chest. And you recall the first time you ever saw Chalmers, the first time you ever walked into his temple.
He was lighting candles.
He was lighting candles.
Touche, Jeff. Touche.
Jeff, religion check, just because I'm curious.
Sure. You have
roll that.
advantage from Darok Mountain Bear that was countered by me.
I'll roll that as well, actually, Jeff.
Okay, religion?
Yeah.
Sure. You have advantage from Rano Hai, and it was countered by Grim Faded.
Thank you, Reno. Hey, and Grim Faded.
16.
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20 and 16. Okay. Uggo, you know of this god. You went with Civ and saw it. You certainly recall seeing that around the neck of that priest or that cleric in the temple.
Right.
You don't know what it is associated with necessarily. James, you recognize this as clearly as a symbol. You also went to the temple and saw it. And you're making that connection now, as you know, the dwarves had told you it was the symbol of the Candle Queen. But you had never seen, before Chalmers, you had never seen this particular expression of that. But it is identical. And it is prominent on his chest.
That's not something that would have been seen by somebody in Axbright either.
Perhaps, but you never went there, did you? You never saw
Not really.
the Chalmers.
Oh, definitely not to that place. No.
I mean, I think you would recognize it as being a candle. I think it's perhaps. I mean, the Candle Queen is worshipped in Axbright, but this symbol is a little bit different. This is not a casual.
Or priestly.
Yes, I think even more intense than priestly. This is a devotional symbol. This is a
Relic?
Yeah, a relic.
Beyond holy symbol.
This is a true object of devotion, a true object, a holy symbol, an object that you might even say has properties in and of itself. Certainly, you guys saw Chalmers pick it up and use it to attempt to cure the.
I'll drop to a
curse.
knee when I see it and just bow my head. I mean, I'm still behind her,
Right.
but I'm still gonna do that.
Are you the paladin known as Dondo Corrigana?
That's right.
We've come a long way. May we please come in?
We've been sent by the natural order.
We have 3 others that are invisible, just to not alarm you once we get inside.
We mean you no harm.
Come inside.
And as you guys step through the doorway, you walk into a room that is just alight with candles all the way around. It is a fairly understated residence. There's a fire crackling in the corner, which is a strange thing for the interior of a mountain, and yet it exists. Chair, table, bed, stove.
Are we alone?
I don't know. Are we alone?
Fahima, I think you can drop that spell now.
I'm gonna let everybody go in, and then I'll step in, and then I'll close the door.
Are you ready to reveal yourselves?
I think it's fine.
Okay. I'll drop it.
Uggo's there with them all in his hands going, Uggo.
With two dwarves underneath you. And Carigna, this stout, older, white shocks of white hair pulled back into a ponytail, long beard. It hasn't been braided, it hasn't been kept, there's nothing in it. He stands there and he looks at you. He does not move.
Uggo, please lower your weapon.
Sorry.
Do you intend to use that?
Well, I didn't know we were. I'm sorry.
We were sent to find you, and we had to pull a few strings to get in here.
He walks to the back of the room and he opens a chest behind the table and chairs. And he reaches inside and he pulls out a silver sword that to him is fairly large. To you, Uggo, and the rest of you, it's probably more like a short sword, but to him quite large. Silver, glistening. And he walks over and he turns it upside down and he closes his eyes and he slams it into the ground. And you see bits of brilliant, glowing energy shoot out of it. And it weaves light into the ground right from that origin point where he stabbed it into his own floor. Weaves light, and it creates this uneven path of light around him in a circle. And he stands there and he opens his eyes and he goes, "If you'd like to converse with me, I need you to step into my zone of truth."
Oh, dang.
And that's where we're gonna stop tonight.
Big one.
Paladin!
Beautiful.
Paladin!
Beautiful.
All right, so you guys managed to get into Dalto Thum. Holy moly, that did not go how I thought.
Could we have killed all 10 of them?
How did you think it was gonna go?
How many hit points did Nort have?
Actually knows how I thought it was gonna go.
Okay,
Whatever goes, how
Well,
Jeff
yeah,
goes.
when you get
30 I was
30
like,
on your
I guess he's
persuasion,
talking
yeah.
my way in. Okay.
Literally the highest I can roll for that.
Holy smokes. This is
I was
fun
ready
one.
to dimension
We're in
door you
it.
through the
We're
wall.
in it. We're in it. We're in it. We're in Dalto Thum, and we found the paladin that we were looking for. Thank you all. Let's clear out our cards before we say goodbye.
Yeah.
We've got a force of good for Lily from Cold Candor.
Aw.
Nice.
Thanks, Cold Candor.
We have got a force of evil for Uggo from Grim Fated.
Say the word.
And then 2 forces of good for Uggo from Grim Fated as well.
Grim Fated's buying forces of
Giveth and
good?
taketh away. Giveth and
Now I've seen it all.
Seen it all.
We also have love from TK421. I ship Uggo and Lily. Uggo Dumb Thistle, Jeff Halsey, Civ Vicious, pardon me, Squishy Tofu.
And they have love from us.
And they have love from us indeed. Well said.
Indeed.
Let's read our cards really quickly.
Okay, true LARPing. During combat, the player chooses one opponent. That opponent's weapon becomes a foam version of itself for a single attack and deals 1d4 strength instead of its normal damage.
Nice.
That's very fun.
And also very accurate because foam weapons like that, they still hurt. Actually. If you swing them full
Yeah.
speed. Might be talking about out of experience. I'm gonna go ahead and read my force of evil first.
Do it.
Grim Fated, thank you. Mr. Glass, you feel weakened as your bones suddenly become more easily breakable. Double the next attack to you by any enemy in this next combat.
Oh, boy. That's hard.
All right, now 2 good ones from Grim Fated. First, Bardic Boombox. As a bonus action, a magical boombox appears in your hands, playing all the Bingle Ladies. The hit song by Beach Janssen Gnomes.
Beach Yonsei Gnomes, dude.
Oh, okay,
Come
got
on.
it. Beach Yonsei Gnomes. Okay, gotcha.
Or be John saying no.
obviously.
Yonsei Gnomes.
Yonsei Gnomes.
Got it. Anyone within 20 feet of the boombox can receive Bardic Inspiration. Ladies, put your hands up, because you can also add a d6 of damage to your attack this round.
Amazing.
So if you're a
ladies?
lady,
Amazing.
love that.
happening, everybody?
Yeah, look
It's
what
going
you
on.
started.
All right.
Look what you started.
That's my
Look what you
secret.
did.
I'm always angry.
Nice.
Oh, it's an
That's
Uggo
actually
card.
my secret. Triggers the next time Uggo rages in combat. While Uggo rages, all players get +2 to their attack rolls, so long as Uggo continues to rage. However, once Uggo stops raging, he takes damage equal to the number of rolls this affected. Keep track on the card.
Remind us of that.
I like that one.
Good one, right?
I like that one a
Is that
lot.
a Little Women reference? That's my secret. I'm always mad.
That's my secret. I'm always angry.
Avengers.
Basically the same
Little
movie.
Laura Dern, the Hulk. It's the same.
Laura Dern.
Now I want to see Laura Dern play the
Okay.
Hulk.
We have one more, an evil from Cheese Cat, aka Queso Gato. That was a roll, and I rolled a 5, so it does go to
Oh, Lily.
Lily.
Queso Gato, why?
Gato.
Hurt me. Ouch. Okay. Caught off balance. The next time Jeff rolls damage against you, you must guess how much the damage you're going to take. And Jeff will say if it is higher or lower. You must keep guessing until you get it right, taking an extra point of damage for each incorrect guess.
Holy cow.
If you guess correctly on the first try, the attack misses you completely.
Okay.
That's
And
terrifying.
I got one
Bring a lucky
force
gem.
of good from the Carson that is do not read aloud.
Oh,
so
for
I'm
you.
hanging on to that. That does it for this episode. We got into Dalto Thum. We're gonna figure out what to do next. We have a couple of terrified dwarves that are kind of warming up to an orc.
There's a
our
terrified orc.
And our
who's
first
warming
note
up
of
to a
truth.
dwarf.
Yeah.
We'll see how the team handles that next week. I hope you'll join us. Thank you so much for watching. Until then, humankind, be both.
To all of you who've played along and interacted with us throughout the evening, our humble thanks. And thank you to everyone that shared our adventure. And my respect and thanks to ages 13, Ace Chris, Dragon Bard, Briber, William Blackrose, Wizard Lee, Dudarian, Fuzz58, Painkiller, D&D Kid, Soriyama, Solum Semper, Siv's Love Interests, Gnome Sweet Gnome, Super Seu, Raisin Bran 66, Barren Wilderness, Chicken Chaser, Z Chocobo, Renegade Falls, Battle Clash, Fragment of the Heart, _Soul, Xeris, Sir Gage, Raider Zero, Swift Rider, The Dice Rolled, Man-Sized Puss in Boots? What? I love it. And no one whose viewer-submitted Force of Good and Force of Evil cards were used on tonight's show. And don't forget, the Dungeon Rundown, the official Dungeon Run after show, airs Tuesday nights at 6 p.m. Pacific. Our host, Trisha Hirschberger, sits down with the cast of the show to talk all things Dungeon Run. From community questions and episode recaps to theories and all of the fan art your mortal brains can fathom. So, the Dungeon Run Rundown airs right here on caffeine.tv/The Dungeon Run. Make sure to follow the channel to get live notifications. And of course, join us for the Dungeon Run next Wednesday at 6 p.m. Pacific, right here as the Dungeon Run continues. So, until next week, may the dice roll in your favor.
It started. As a simple dungeon run. As a simple dungeon run.
a world where magic exists, anything is possible.
Ah, life is pain. Ah, life is pain. Pain, 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 pain.
Meep, I love you. Come back to me. Meep. 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 We're falling through space. No plan.
The island of Bingle is safe once again. You may return to your homes. And if there are any that are willing, help them rebuild.
Humankind. Be both.